enkomo we na me pese yen ka ni twi pa na mentumi nkyerase emma menuanom Ghanafoɔ ente ase wo ekurom ha se woni nkrata enne meye program ne for wo mo ni nkrata me pese lawyer ene ye di nkomo kyere yen wo a wo kurom ha woni nkrata sa afi no aba ha so wabetena ha se wo ba se woni ba obi wo ho a ono de wa wo ne ma awie onwo ebiom obi wo ho nso so a onya nwoi wo ye student wo ye dependent wo ye nurse ni wo ye hwan ene waba woni nkrata ye ka kurom nkrata you don't have it woni bi enne ekwan ben ena wo befa so a wo no obetimi enya wo nkrata obetimi aye adwuma wo kurom ha obetimi ahan dan wo kurom ha obetimi etu kwan akọ baabi a wo free a wo ba enti enne ha wa wo befa so a wo benya wo obetimi a obtain ekrom ya nkrata ene ye befa so ye wo kwan bebre wo ho lawyer be kire yen under human right obetimi awo obetimi aware obetimi enuma bebre wo ho aware no ni nyina no obetimi aware. Can you make an application here ene ye ba bedi ehon komotimi pacho frɛ wo nua bi ne share video no lawyer me pacho yenko
me dance
pacho obetimi at the mess stream from outside.
Oh, okay. To me, some could be. Let me piece of why no way. Okay, and make-up.
All right. I was a lawyer, Konoma Menchia and Kofo. I was a unisquat, me who kwakuti, me patcho mun share video, no mun frame munia gan and near winning so walk from here winning crata. When him so be wo kroma no winning crata, me patronena, me pesa friend wate, or be wa a busienja padie and ya tone, and ya dinner babruchre. Program we say wunyan no babya, wun no babya. Wunyasa obi anywa wo be ye program we. Lawyers na mo hwe wo mo na na mo kom ho no omo meye. Host to be anywa wo betena se me obi timi from no aka chem se sister abna wa mankofo abasoro okuromi ha pa wo. Wa mankofo mu ade and it's true. Me kura no I am witness with that and it's true. Enkofo mu ade because or say enkofo from me sister abna obi wo ho a wa ba betena okuromi ha wote ha donkey years or struggle and san winya nkrata obi ba ye nure ya na o se abena skin pan boa na me nya nkrata obi ba we ya enti listen winya nkrata bre wo ho aswate eno nkire se winya nkrata brabe rodi shoulders e kire wo mo a omo ba ya che no wo mo manya nkrata bebre no fu se omo ma betene kurom hadada no omo amobra papa na me ye ni program Saturday wonim sabi ensamfu bia obi frɛ me eka kyerɛ me sa nipa na so through me ma bana na me boa no ma ne nya nkrata o se sister bana wo se ni scammer papa no na obo ne bra ya. What do you mean to say that? Ewia so hu ensate anyepe papa ne ba abrochire no na me ma abrochire we nya opportunity like this enti no mesremo program e wonya no ba bia enemi wi a ma wie ekromi he ye hu ye kye nkofo ye di nkofo kofie yes me emfa dan mamo han enna nopa se raba no wo so no oye body na afo betimi aka say it is me ofre mo sister me wo fie me kunu kwa adwuma okọ night oba na my friend say mo ma na police fo aba ha police fo ne council fo obopunu nim me bie wo mo se hwan na de dan na ma wo han ye wo fie wura wo he e fie wura no register dan no e dan ye register enti how come okay. Me pamocho lawyer Frank eye mascot solicitors omo office enie omo Enfield enie enne no na me pese specifically san komo we yedi no lawyer office na me san e kire mo lawyer office me ni obi anya adwuma apart from mascot solicitors ena ebia obehu lawyer PK enso so e wa ha mascot omo office enie omo entrance enie se wo kọ omo adwuma mu hɔ a eho enie ena eda so no freeze stairs ena wawura hɔ no eho ye business center omo nye ni paketwa yeah enti ura reception hɔ a mascot solicitors office ena wo kɔ no Udru reception wa no abusa se wo pe mascot solicitors omudin edeye mascot ene ne solicitors mascot ena ni nua solicitors omoto aso omonye Abena Skimpay and law there be omoye proper solicitors our more United Kingdom enti omo entrance ena michaye ede baye no lawyer Frank onya de wo media may you edi with the immediate effect may you edi with the immediate effect na may you edi lawyer Oscar mo way lawyer Mashak omo way okay. Okay, that's good. Lawyer, me da say, wonya de wo media ho kra. Next time me ameba ho abeye adwuma no e de amount. Okay, lawyer, mami go straight to the point. Ene mo ka say ene menka brofu die na me ye den so me kuro mufo ne so no. Ate because kasa bi wo ho se me ka no kasa bibuo. Enti se me ka brofu ya me kuro mufo yi. Okay, ye be ye ne sa because Ghana for de some mom pa de penti sa na ye be kono. Ti de ye ntimi nka ne kasako a wo brofu mu no. Now we go straight to the point, you know. All right. Lawyer, me pacho any update be at the mommy. If you don't have any update, I should go straight to the point.
No, so
no update. Nothing from Zambrano.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, no update from Zambrano. Lawyer, me pacho we here for na mo base. Okay. Can you give us your location?
Yeah, your Enfield Lock. It's not far from Enfield Lock station. So with the train from Liverpool Street, and I say so we free King's Cross Victoria Line. Obetimi Alpha Victoria Line from King's Cross or Victoria Station to Tottenham Hill, and then you pick National Rail from Tottenham Hill to Enfield Lock. It's just about, I think, 3-4 stops from Tottenham Hill if you take National Rail. And Alpha National Rail from Liverpool Street. Now, Okase over Enfield Lock. It's just a few, I think, 3-4 stops from Tottenham Hill. So you're not far. And now says the ABR what the person for bus here. We do Edmonton Green Station where obitimi a bus 491. Bus 491 Echo Waltham Close, and then you ask anybody or the driver that you stop at Enfield Lock station at Obaba has a street.
Medase Ben Media medamase enema boadwuma edi ama me papa me media enema ya de Ben Media nyame nhira baby a wo bia enne wa boadwuma mani age panyi di panyini ampa. I respect you so much, God bless you. All right, enne ye baba be kasafa hawa ube obtaini a stay in United Kingdom. Now, be regulate will stay. How can you regularize your stay in United Kingdom? Maybe you have been here maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And you want to regularize your stay in United Kingdom. How can you go about it? A lot of people have been saying that you have to get married before you can regularize your stay in the United Kingdom, or you have to have a children or a child before you can. But not all of us can even have a child at the moment. So, lawyer, if you can put us into more details, educate us, those that they want to regularize their stay in United Kingdom from the scratch. Because some people came here with a student visa, and after the school, they don't want to go back again, or they want to obtain the work from here. Should they have to get a sponsorship before they can regularize their stay here, or what? And some people came here with a 6-month visa, but for some reason, they couldn't go back again. How can they regularize their stay in here? Ebia Oba has say, now we cross 6-month visa, and I would buy it. And I say, oh, but we a student, we a nurse, we a dependent. Said the yen na ye ni no. And when I'm saying person me can brofo no. Wo ba ye be a school no wan ko wo do ho akanwura. Straight ne kaba ene hyew. We straight ne kaba me can brofo saying top and down. Straight ne kaba ene hyew. Wan timi anko school no. Wo so so abosumi nsia e na ode ba kuromi ha. Ye nyina ye nim se bosumi nsia na ode ba kuromi ha se ya. Enye nkrata. Ebinum kra 10 years visitor's visa. 10 years visitor's visa, you are not allowed to use it to work in here. Some people are holding a diplomatic passport. Mon share video no enko British Ghana High Commission ho emame. Mon share video no enko ho. Ebinumu ekura eye diplomatic passports. Diplomatic passport bia oni MP minister bi ne baye. Woni political person bi ene baye. Enti wo passport na ekura wo no eye diplomatic passport. You are not allowed to stay here for that long. Bia nipa na wo ba oni ne baye no. Panyin na wudi ne chine ne baye no. O serve wi a we free o serve wi a anade kro na wo beye no bia wo ye cook wo ye shoemaker wo ba beto panyin ne mpa wo beto na taade eye kasabebuo na menemo kan so don't be offended wo ba beto ne nuoma wo ne panyin ni bai se bra ne beye bibi ema panyin no bia panyin ni betena ha for 1 year 6 months 2 months oye otena ha wi a o visa na wo stay no eye invalid in here ba wo pese wo tena ha sei ekwan ben na obefa so abetena ha wodi 6-month visa wo so wonko Ghana biom ekwan ben na abetena so obefa so abetena aha bia won so no wodi wo ba akwan so wo ye businesswoman na wa be kromi ha sei wo ba ye no wo hu landing bridge wo so wonko biom wo ko hu tower bridge se tower na bie no ensuo ne so abie mienu no when you say ya wo se no ebi ni Ghana I don't want to go back again me pesa metena ha ansa na betena ha by law e wo se wunya asetena o regularize will stay ansa na watimi atena ha se wunni nkrata wontimi ntena ha obi beka se sister abana wo boa enye se wo boa me wo wontimi ntena ha by law wo ba ha se ya emere dodo na wo bedu di wie wo so okokrom ba wan kaswa find any means any ways and I would ti kromi ha say no ekwan ben na wo befa so a wo benya wo 2.5 years wo benya wo indefinite leave to remain wo benya wo British passport wo benya wo 5 years enti e be ma lawyer a kire yemu obia fa na so ento wo any question bia no pese wo busa wo betimi abusa na ye gina so de abusa lawyer ebi beka sa aware through marriage ebi beka sa wo aware no eye adwuma anase sen lawyer now yenkwen.
Okay, it's a for Madam Asibi, so for me that say obie akwan to ho no. A question obusai a very big question pa na it's very difficult to able to go through everything, but we will take it one by one and see where we get to. Obi say ekwan best no mefa so anya asetena.
Ekwan best no mefa so anya nkrata. Enya
nkrata e wo krom ha. Emra no achechemu bebre. Said ye wudi kakaye no obi oho no ma oba ha say with visit visas and or the bar ha say. Obi so the student visa and the bar ha say. Obi also Stowaway and say offense so
yeah me refi Stowaway ne lawyer omo fansuo so banana omo nante no.
Yes, it will be a far kwan bi so one either legitimate or legal means or illegitimate or illegal means and a bar has say but what be drew krom ha into abedru krom ha no said the kind wa ko say bridge no anuma bi na cartoon and I say who is say krom ha say no e bia £1 or the coffee a be ye adepa kese ama no and into no ade na was wo kobie na so opese utna oman ne mu dia na e wose udi emra e wo krom ha ntimra e wo krom ha no e be kire wo kwan a obefa so a obetimi atena ha sede woni embra no anya ohaw bia na se tawatawa bia metomomie no ntem nti wonam na wo share police wo share immigration a obetimi asalute no because
lawyer me pacho me ba etiefo share video no me menye lawyer I just have a knowledge about law as program way won't share but asem towa na wa frɛ sister abana eno nti ye de lawyer ba betena ha wo mra mekire wo ekwan a wo befa so a wo benya won krata wo mo muti kuro mo nya nkrata no omunya 350 people they are thousands of people more detention are thousands of Ghanaians. Enti share video no nema wo bi enhu se ekwan wei na mefa so a menya nkrata wo United Kingdom na wo bi ankofa fake nioma amaw enura guy be friend me obudo nyame nhira guy be friend me from Manchester to GP kura wo kono yeso nkofa ne nkrata amra enso so wo yare owu e wo so koye blood test owu enura enso so no yeso nkofa ne passport embra oye Ghanani. Another person 2 weeks ago from me friend Southampton Peckham me ena me ko be a GP edema no oyare odadem ena obi frɛ me. But program will say frɛ wunia you don't want to call, you don't want to share. Me boa. Lawyer yenko, lawyer abenya kran kanka brofo. Why?
Okay.
Lawyer ka brofo me nka twi.
Okay.
Na outsiders for no and benefit Ghana for no dear. Okay, they don't need it. Why?
Okay. I think we'll miss it for the benefit of all our viewers. As I stated earlier on, it's a very big question, and possibly the answer will be very difficult for me to give the answer, everything, or answer all the question in this particular question before we leave this program. But I'll do my best to see what I can do or what I can say in respect to this question. Like I stated earlier on, some people came here through legitimate means by way of possibly with student visa or visited visas or spouse visas or whatever visas that you can think of. Some also came here through illegal means or illegitimate means by way of possibly going through sea or through buses from Europe or Ireland or somewhere to enter here without valid passport and visa in their own name. But all of us are here, and all of us possibly one way or another has identified that this could be a home. This could be a place that I can gain some funds and I'm able to, so that possibly later on I can utilize these funds in my home country for the benefit of possibly the various individuals and their family members and communities. So people have legitimate means to be in the country. But the problem is, if you're in the country, you need to abide by the law of that country. You need to make sure that your staying in the country is in line with what is being codified for everybody to follow in this country. So in the United Kingdom, there is law, or there are laws that protect their immigration system. And of course, every country wants to protect their borders. Everybody wants to ensure that the people here are here in the best interest for the business, for the country or the community. And therefore, they expect, everyone who wants to be here to go by a certain rule or to follow a certain legitimate rules in order to be able to regularize your stay in the country. So in this country, as we are all aware, from 9 July 2012, that is when Appendix FM came. So the Appendix FM, in short, is where a lot of our immigration rules are being, you can find in Appendix FM. So I will restrict myself to the rules in Appendix FM, and possibly I will go further to talk about other rules, about convention rules, that is asylum, criminal asylum, or sex workers, or normally what we normally call it trafficking cases. And if we have time, we can also talk about nationality by way of naturalizing in the country. But I think the paramount question, and everybody listening to us, and most people listen to us, they are more concerned of how they can get a stay, even 1 day or 1 month or 2.5, as we all know, so that each and everyone can able to leave the country without breaking or breaching immigration rules. If we look into Appendix FM, and so let me see canon. Yɛn nuanom yɛn ne yɛwɔ ha nyinaa obiara pɛ sɛ onya asetena na yɛ asetena no mmara no a kurom ha no mostly no ɛwɔ Appendix FM nti ɛno ho asɛm na mɛka no more kakra na ebi a yɛbɛka sɛ kakra fa convention refugee convention yɛkan sɛ act ho which is criminal asylum anaasɛ ebi a claiming as a victim of trafficking, either as a sex worker or as a kind of say forced labor. Nti me restrict me ho kakra because Appendix FM no a very broad. Nti ano nko a big program we can't run it even the whole year. It is very very detailed. I will start by through parental parent roots that we know. Enti uwa hase na ebia uba hase student visa na ewu o visit visa no ewu ana se ofa so ana pursue whatever means ana bus so ana se track bi na woda akire ene ye do be rem a onya be rem enti opese woje enkrata se wo ewu krom ha obetimi
wo Number 1, mon tronto wo kuromi ha.
Enti wo no me take me time na ma chechire mu. Wo a 1 ada say nipa na ane wo ye no. Onipa no wo indefinite leave to remain. Ana say nipa no ye British citizen. Ana nipa no ye national. Ana nipa no wo 2.5 nibi. Ana nipa no enso possibly claim asylum as a political, you can say, obia wojane free new chrome because obia no it was a political asylum seeker obia no or Johnny Kubi and I say a government body be and a year penekuno. Now no so agene 5 years into one no awo. Enti sa noma and numin. Say nipa na ne wo ye no ada so British ana nipa no were indefinite ana nipa no were 2.5 ana say nipa no asylum seeker ana say or a victim of trafficking omunyina na yamu omunkrata ewa ha enti say we British citizen oba no automatically no ono so ye be British citizen say time ye wo akra no na nipa na ne wo ye no say oye oba say oye bema say mu ba kono e wo indefinite ya ye betimi age British passport ama abofra no so the child will be a British citizen from birth. Say wo 2.5 na wo a oba no so betimi age 2.5 ama no into oba no be wo 2.5 say we asylum seeker na wo only 5 years here. Oba na on so betimi age 5 years nibi but say wo maame no wo indefinite na papa no wo indefinite dey asylum seeker no e wo indefinite at the time any oba no ebeje British book. Now say oba na wawo no enipa ne wo no on qualify for sa normal enum ya ene na wo se wo twen 7 years nti akra ne betena krom a onni nkrata for 7 years. Odru 7 years here, and ye ubetimi age indefinite leave to remain ama abofra. Ipacho yate ho na se.
Yeah, lawyer Matthias, ye me fa go back. Obi a oye asylum seeker. Wawo. Oje ne nkrata ne dada yama ne 5 years asylum no dada. So watwemu 3 years. Owo a ne ba ne bekura indefinite ana ne ba ne bekura asylum na bi ho no ma nye clear wo ho.
As asylum no ne de be ma ne ba.
Asylum 5 years na bi ne de be ma ne ba no.
Yes.
Obi a pachoko.
Biti se ma me no enya kwaji ne indefinite na ene ye beje abofran betima gine.
Indefinite. Okay. Obi a lawyer bema one wo ba awo. Saturday na Ghana for me ma me ne mo beka sawate enye ne monye very careful lawyer me fa ne say bema one oba awo Ebia maame se wa kuto na agyeman eni nkrata maame se wa ewo nkrata muni mudi enti a yeba yentimi nkatwi no onse lawyer ka brofo na woduru baabi opeso odomu sukuntu agyan ene wo katwi ba Ghana fo mo mpa de pa maame se wa ewo nkrata ena agyeman be ma no eni bie ena be ma no ne maame se wa awo ena maame se wa agye nkrata ma akra no nti be ma na yusu akra na nya 2.5 years lawyer Pacho what you say be ma na yusu akra na nya 2.5 years be ma na anware maame se wa ana woni maame se wa wo ho na no be ma no sign ni obi foforo awo eye kasabebuo na me ka ne ha no be ma no agina akra ne so no de agye nkrata
the first child
no ena be ma ne de agye 2.5 years. That means be ma ne depend on akra no akra ne nkrata so akra ne British passport so ena nana agyeman na wono ni obi awode agye nkrata free akra ne ho no nana agyeman san ni obi a oni nkrata akowo lawyer Pacho what you say etie for some ase nana agyeman ni obi a oni nkrata akowo enti nana agyeman 2.5 years na oji free akra bi ho no ne first child ho no ye betimi agye say 2.5 years ni bi ama newborn baby nad from different mother outside first born no maame no ye betimi agye nana agyeman 2.5 years ni bi ama newborn baby na wo maame ni nkrata no ama wo maame ne nso agina so anya bi wahu tententen baby efi ba what
yeah I understand the puzzle here
to be chere mu say e be possible
yes I will explain why.
Okay.
Under the rules no unqualified so rules nature say answer na will be pass it over to your new baby no nti man na oni obi foforo akwo no I will say ono no indefinite and a British book but oni bi
and only be 2.5 years or obtain from the
Nti say nipa we no the case no will strongly be article 8 obviously the article 8 now obe argue in obviously for my sentiment details be but obe argue in a simple terms say our British child ewa ha when you need 2.5 and only or another child or be a Ghana ni only 2.5 any onu ni nkrata enti onu amana onu no papa no wo 2.5 no I was say your man the new child no 2.5 because it will be in the best interest for all his children to be in UK and therefore section 52 can kick in and say in the best interest of the British child and the newborn child and the father already having a stay in UK it's sensible to grant the new baby 2.5 which most often they will give it to you. But if you want to restrict yourself to immigration rules, they will refuse the application. So most often such application, when the decision maker is making a decision, you see the first part is a refuse under immigration rule. And then they go further, do analysis because of X, Y, Z, because of this is what he said, because of this, because of that. We have granted you outside immigration rules 2.5. And the same thing that when the child mother also wants to utilize the child who has 2.5 to gain stay in UK, she will also go to the same outside the rules because under the rules it will be difficult. Under the rules is saying that the child has to be 7 years here or has indefinite leave to remain or British book. But this child have not been here for 7 years. He or she doesn't have indefinite leave to remain. She or she is not either British citizen or EU national. And therefore, if you restrict yourself to the immigration rules, they will refuse you. You don't qualify. But of course, if you go outside immigration rules, and depending on a lot of circumstances, it could be that the mother has been here over 10 years. It could be that there's a health issue involved. It could be a whole lot of situation that the lawyer will build an argument and say that because of X, Y, Z, the mother must also be granted.
Okay, lawyer, obi nso so a owo 2.5 years. The baby akra no ewo 2.5 years. That means the mother ewo 2.5 years. Ena maame na gi 2.5 years ama ne ba no. Ena papa no ejina akra ni 2.5 years ne so ena wagi bi. Papa na ko wu wo baby the same question, but
Yeah.
I have say no mu stay na sesa. First, when we were talking about the child who is holding a British passport, but at the moment we are talking about a child who is holding a 2.5 year. Then the father obtained from the 2.5 years. The father have another child outside the relationship. Is it possible that the newborn baby can be obtained another the same 2.5 years from the father,
Yes.
and the mother will obtain it from the child?
Yes.
Is it possible?
It's a very complex question, but it's something that you can succeed under Article 8. I did a similar one for a client. His child was having 2.5,
Yeah.
but then and I used the two and a half the child to get a father. Then the father has a child in Ghana that was born before he even made this new child. So I stood on the father. The man has 2.5 to bring the son in Ghana here. So you see how it went. So the same thing that this child, the first child born in UK, was not British citizen, has not been here 7 years. He has only 2.5. But we stood on the 2.5. Then we were able to help the father or assist the father to gain 2.5. And after he gained 2.5, he said, "Lawyer, I have my son in Ghana. He's this age. Can we help him?" I said, "Work for 6 months, gain some money, meet the financial threshold." We did it. Everything went well. I mean, he was earning, I think, around 22,000 or something. Then we put in the application. The child is here now. So, but it's not.
It's depend how you package the
It's how
application
you package it.
and
It's a
the
very
lawyer
complex.
that will make the application, the strategic terms and conditions that you need.
Yes, so it's
All
not
right.
so straightforward to sit down and say that. I mean, this same guy had gone to a different lawyer because you wanted to use the child with 2.5, and the lawyer said that they won't grant it. They may even refuse it because the child is and it's not a British citizen. He has not been here for over 7 years. He doesn't have indefinite. The child was, I think, at the time around 2 or 3 years. And so they will even refuse and possibly tell him that him and his child and the mother, the child mother too, doesn't have British book. He too was having 2.5. But the first child of the child mother is a British citizen. So the lawyer argument was that they will even ask all of you to go home, which sound right. But you see, the law is flippant. It's how you understand the rules and utilize the rules. And Article 8, for me, that's a lot of magic. You can use it in a way that it can benefit loads of people.
Okay.
But it's not a blanket rule. It's something that you need to really understand and package it in a way that, because if when home office are making decisions, sometimes they come back and say to you that even though you're arguing under Article 8, but the whole migration rule is modeled alongside with Article 8. But case law so requires home office not to restrict themselves to migration rules. But after they assess migration rules, they have to assess Article 8. As a matter of fact, there was some time, I think about 2 years ago, just before COVID, we had a case, and then the case was refused under migration rule. But Home Office failed to assess Article 8. It was entry clearance application. So my argument was very simple, very nice. I said that we did a letter, very detailed letter to case manager, entry clearance case manager. I said you've assessed the immigration rules, everything, which of course I disagree with you, but you failed to assess the case under Article 8. and of course, that alone vitiates your decision. So after we gave all the details and everything, the case manager, who is a higher rank than the initial case entry clearance worker that made the decision, he came back, I think within 21 or 4 weeks, and said that they have ratified the decision and grant this person, under Article 8, not under immigration rule, to enter UK. So we did not even go to court. So so whenever a decision comes, if it's UK immigration rules and it's not EU application, what I always am interested is, let me see, was decision refused under immigration rules and then also under Article 8, or it was only refused under Article 8 and under immigration rules, but Article 8 was not touched. If Article 8 was not touched, then it's a very good decision for me to look into it. But caseworkers have now got a lot of training that they must always go beyond immigration rules and of course consider Article 8. So these days, most decisions that comes, when you look at it, when they refuse it under immigration rules, they will do even just one sentence or one paragraph short and say that the case has been considered under Article 8 and it's been refused. If that is done, they finish their work.
Okay.
But of course, it depends on the circumstances of the case. You can interrogate it in details and ask a decision to either be appeal or, of course, review. So it depends on the circumstances. To the air Kenyan say, a mami and a papaya or ne obiawo. Now I did 2.5. Now when the banner I'll be can know 2.5. And on also did not 2.5. Now one will be alcohol and depending the 2.5 in the crata. Not the 2.5 a man banner. The banner soon my mean wait imagine so 2.5 and the 2.5 no cost to whoever to my men so call for floor. If you are the baby of a button. Honestly, to me, it's how the hook is, but I wouldn't sit here, like an ostrich and say that all is well, it's so simple and easy. No, you need to seek independent legal advice, talk to a lawyer that knows what he or she is doing, and possibly can help you.
Yo, lawyer me das yaka awo edie na awie ebia what say wo krom ha wo benya nkrata lawyer trim under human rights no ebia se wo krom ha se ya benya nkrata wa kire mu ababesi eho ese wo a lawyer yembra obo aware me na mekeka aware se kwan a wo be fa so a wo benya wo nkrata ewo ekromu ahase na lawyer kire mu se ebia wo fa stoway na wo de ba ha wo the visitors visa, would the one visa and a buy lawyer wabo say a war and apart from a war no a campaign subium and I'll bet in Yafaswa you can regularize your stay in here.
Okay. And parent route and a war no a one option. And yes our dear in no. But the difficulties in our one say na ye wo EU ene EU awade ene wo ho no mo no at the time ane yenya ezete
me pamcho obi antie wa ha sei o ka aware ma moya ye be ya aware nkrata ye pese ye hye obi nipa ne ye pese ye ware no sister abena ye hye obi sister abena ye sei no me pamcho muntie aware
until the time ane ye wo EU mo na yenya emfree mo no before 31st December 2020 now you need the obetimi aware in the chroma without going back to your home country. Enti eno ana na abusuafo bebre oni na yi ni hia no aware no na yagina so agene nkrata. But you free mu no as I say what 2022 ekwe. Untimi nka se oni yi awale chroma no ogina ha aya ama. Unless say utimi establish say mo ware mu awade no ABR 2 years ago, which means that before 31st December 2020, we were marriage certificate to prove say you married before 31st December 2020, then it's no problem. The marriage can go ahead. But if it's a current marriage and there's no child in the relationship, it's difficult. Because the rule says that if you have ESY and ES2, so if you meet a British citizen or someone with indefinite leave to remain, or an EU national who has pre-settled or settled status in UK, and you marry the person today, you need to, apart from the marriage, and of course, passing the test of the marriage rule that your marriage is legitimate, it's genuine and subsisting. Once the marriage is done, the next option is you need to move to ES1. ES1 is saying that there should be a child in the relationship. So if there is no child, and let me qualify this, he said there should be a child. It didn't say that the child should be either for both of you.
The
So
biological
the child,
parents. It can be a stepchild.
it can be your stepchild. So ebi maami ana papa no mumu baako ewo ba ena ode na beware. Yeah. So that what we need to know is there a child in the relationship who is below 18 years in the relationship? If there's a child in the relationship, then of course you pass ES1. Nti no case die mbitimi aware aye adwuma no agent krata na wo hase. But if there's no child, then you need to move to ES2. So, and the language that now is been, of course, diluted. And back in the days, the language they used to say that is there insurmountable obstacle. So, you need to prove to Home Office that if you go to Ghana and you go and marry, or you remove you from here, you're gonna face some obstacle here. It's beyond comprehension. It's difficult for both of you to have you married in your home country. So if you can establish that, then even if there's no child in the relationship, you can still marry here. But I can tell you, for my whole career, it's very difficult to pass the second test. It's only few. I mean, of course, I know a lot of people have come here now. Obi Ohonoma, Omo, actually over 2 years. Na Omuyayena. But different circumstances, and I have to
lawyer meaning dependent. Omokano, aware for no motino monware friends. Partnership. Is it partnership you are talking about?
Unmarried partners and married partners. Okay. So they are not married, so they are unmarried. They've lived together for 2 years. But the reason why sometimes we succeed on that route, is that we go beyond the marriage. There could be a lot of reasons here omuntimi nkofie enkoware. It will be okra no kremu asylum, and asylum maybe I refuse to, but still now I insist he cannot go back. Obi ohonuma na yade, there could be a lot of reasons. And to serve for no idea yetmiye na omaji omkrata. But say obstacle bien when intimi ma nkofie dia. Uni obeme share and our by share. Namu pesemo worry, namu oje wonkrata, chise uko back to your home country to marry. Then you do entry clearance application to enter. It is spouse visa and say uni obi share no so obeye ewo krum hamawa. Please seek independent legal advice. Let a lawyer assess the whole case. Know that whether both of you can indeed marry here or you have to go back home. If the lawyer did his or her own assessment and realized that there are some obstacles or there are some insurmountable obstacles for both of you to go back home and get married, then of course he or she can put an application in. If not, say you're British or indefinite or EU citizen and you want to marry now J and Krata our United Kingdom there, you have to go back home. Obi ohonma o say lawyer me ne me yire atena over 5 years intimi nwo ye na asay nti sa kofo yi nti intimi nyin krata mo. I've seen a lot of people obi ohonma try genuinely omo try some go enye and so still home office say omo ho kwan enye nkrata no kwachi so kofie. In that circumstance, talk to your lawyer. Let the lawyer assess the whole case and see if you can marry here. But you not able to have a child in UK, and I say be able to when the post or part time or bit me and they say worry. nti nya de abetimi awo ama wanya wo nkrataa wɔ ha ontimi nka sɛ nam sɛ waduru tam a ontimi wɔ ne nti no yɛma wo nkrataa no wa wɔmmɛka kyerɛw sɛ kɔfie nti in that circumstance no my advice is say coffee na kɔware ɛhɔ no mo. I mean the good thing is say under the rules no sɛ wo ne ɔbaa hyia na you overstay a wobɛtumi akɔ fie na wakɔware na wasan aba. But of course there is another hinge here that the Home Office can stand on based on your character. So by you breach immigration rules into no one person or straight away. And no to imagine also a delay will possibly for about 2 years be answered and what me about. But most often, you know, say I'm chill and I will voluntary no fee and I'm worry and I will say bad dear. Normally, no, you can come back within a short possible time. Into our dear no so yeah, another option ubegyina so anya wo nkrata wa ha say obi ohonuma I have a situation enipa no ontimi enkofie enkoware enti o ne yire wo fie and o pese o de ne ba or ne girlfriend wo fie but due to some circumstances enti ontimi enkofie enkoware no say enipa no ye fiancé visa ema no and obedru krom ha no omware so wo de fiancé wo fie na wotie yen na o fiancé ba ebetuma be fie anaso ontimi be fie na o pese obe joining na hase and so so go for visit visa and go for fiancé visa. When you enter here you can marry here and get your stay because you came with fiancé visa, but if you come with visitors visa you cannot marry here.
Lawyer me pacho o kasa no o say aware no still ubetimi aware wa ha. Why from it there you can do the ceremony here, but you cannot put in an application here for stay. Me boa. Sasa na okay lawyer. Lawyer sasa na kai.
Say o worry has say but
aware there will be atimi worry. Ubetimi your wedding, ubetimi marriage ceremony, but application for Home Office there I just uko fee. Now we satisfy 18,600.
Yes.
And no UK law. But say you for ne so aba be kan ho. Okay. We say I just a wuko fie. Unless say be a more tangible reason. Binti amumi enu muntimi nkofie. And am watimi aware wa ha. Okay. Ba wo babe endi no we say wo kromi ha. Me fa ne say Samson e wo kromi ha. Samson epeso o ware ne girlfriend o Ghana. Obetimi aye fiancé visa ama ne girlfriend naba na my application wo kromi ha.
Yeah.
E dia to mama no. I don't get it because enti amenti ase no. Se wontimi wo woni nkrat mimi ni nkrata na me hia Samson wo nkrata. Samson e ware me. Yentimi nya application wo kromi agese e ko Ghana. Na Samson kra so satisfy 18,600. Obi fiancé no te Ghana no so no so ni nkrata. Na ono ne de obeba.
Ye ka obi a owo nkrata wo krom ha. So enti wo nkrata bia a British citizen and now indefinite. We ye adwuma woje over 18,600.
Yeah.
Ena we share oba o Ghana. Unse prepi na ya na ye call efie ni akoware ni pa na ne de naba.
Yes.
But bia due to some circumstances, you know, untimi nkofie enkoware emma. And see, if the case is like that, dear, if it's my fiancé visa application, not with panel abekrum ha, or bekrum ha no worry. Makoye no wadi. You can say why you registry no? Nothing. I just spouse visa no. Amano.
Fiancé visa ye more how long?
You have more 6 months to
okay.
Enter.
And now visitors visa so you 6 months.
6 months, yeah. But the difference is with
that's no.
Okay, because it's a very good, a very powerful answer. The name it sound that you got a visa based on a relationship. So it's a fiancé, and a fiancé in itself it looks more legitimate that you want, it's leading to, or somebody who says akin to marriage. So you are in a genuine relationship akin to marriage. And
Okay,
you want to
Matthias.
come here and marry here. So then you have to apply for fiancé visa. You will come in and then get married. That that that's the situation.
Good.
Yeah.
Matthias, why are there? Why explain it better to me? And to not just say, I, o fiancé so betimi akọ give visa wa ma wo fiancé. Kasa bebu o fiancé, wo betimi age visa ama no. Lawyer wo kwaje fiancé visa na eno so no, e was say wo satisfy 18,600.
Yes, I also
And
was
every
satisfied. No, you see the sad thing is you end up costing you twice because I think the fees itself is around 1,000 say something. I need to check. I need to be sure on that. And then you have to satisfy that you are working and earning over 18,600. So the same thing when you are doing spouse visa, you have to satisfy that you are working and you are earning 18,600. Of course, the only difference between the spouse visa and the fiancé visa is that with a fiancé visa, you don't you don't pay immigration hair charge, and with fiancé visa, when you don't need to show marriage certificate, you only need to show that the marriage is genuine and subsisting. Whilst with the with the marriage visa, you don't only need to show that the relationship is genuine, but you also need to go further with the marriage certificate to confirm that the marriage has been established. So these are the requirements or differences between the fiancé visa and the spouse visa.
And to lawyer fiancé visa, you don't need marriage certificate,
No, you only need to show that you're in a genuine relationship akin to marriage.
Okay.
So your WhatsApp conversations or Facebook chat or whatever, then you just add it to it.
Me ba chomun share video no. Fiancé visa, me na me mti bi kura sa fiancé visa wo baby. Me se sa platform we wo hu. O mexi a wa mexi ade. Yes say enuma ne enko Ghana. Ne enko ware wo Ghana ne enfa wo momra. Moscow solicitors mo you too much. Bia wo tie me share video ni ma wo bi wo Ghana no ntie kan ho. Share video ni ko Ghana, share video ni be kurumi ha. Wo kwan fofora mascot mo de afa so. Bia wo tie me wo Ghana. Wo obi wa ha. Enka onsa aware me ko Ghana no makoware obi ni naba. Me ko Ghana no makoware obi di naba. Me ko Ghana bia ntoma ne doso. What dem pese me kire no. Slit ne kabana wo je na edoso. Fiancé visa. Ene no ne de be ko se don komi na ye bebo. Eye simple de lawyer kire me. Aware abodi bia nim nya afa ne enkoye ayi. Wan you ma me no papa te ho anaso mu ni ho anaso mo te ho. Kasa bebu na me ne wo ka no. Fiancé visa wo hia wo bi. Wo mpese wo bebo adwaman. Enti wo hia wo bi na nipa ne wo Ghana no. Owo Ghana bra na amefa me nko sister amefa me nko ebi oba ne wa ha oba ne won krata ewu hia so oba ne befa prayer aba pray ticket nyina was meje won toma mate dem pese me kan no kire wo no ehu hia se be ma ne befa prayer oba befa prayer obi ade beba o se fiancé visa boso mi nsia no akoje na ade aba because you are in preparation to marry. Oh, Baba worry.
So for me, the beauty of fiancé visa is that obviously, once what say, Obana to Ghana and Abema either way. It wouldn't name the ye.
Wouldn't ye?
At least 6 months. Within that 6 months now, it gives you opportunity to assess the person, to watch him or her, to know that this person is not coming to frustrate you, but is coming to make a hope. So, and that is the beauty of having fiancé visa. At least it gives you a bit of time to live with the person for a short time before you make a final decision that I have to go ahead to marry this person. And that is why they brought this fiancé visa. It is very good. And of course, if you look at it from different perspectives, say that our canon. If you our dear neighborhood, Ukofia, Oboko, Kotuto, Kente, Busiafo, way anyway. I have to the Obana, the local registry, Nipa, Yemi, and Sabijina, Mutimi, Aye. And yeah, with a marriage certificate and so Hannah, it's genuine. You know, it looks very genuine. It's difficult for Home Office to question that the signature is here, it's not there, the name, the spelling mistake is here, and these are all this, things that sometimes people need to look into it. But of course, with Fiance visa, you pay double because you pay for entry current application fee. And then when you come here and you married, you also pay for immigration, your spouse visa application fees as well.
Be a wood tie me. O kwa sorry wo Kristo ni hu hia so be kwa akobo adwaman. Wonni sika puduo bi so a wode kwoto srete ne kaba. Ma monte srete ne kaba ase ya montwen me Saturday. Wei be a wo bi e wo Ghana woni ne chate wo Kristo no tia so. Hwe mon share video ne nkwa en sorry mon share. Masco solicitors dear me say with God all things are possible. There be a meka. Me say lawyer Frank dear all things are possible. Dear ye nimu ani say ye sister abana straight ne kaba. Me sure bu Ghana straight ne kaba. Kuntunkuni straight kuntunkuni wonim ne bo. Fiance visa. Obe na no ya fiance visa no say wo ba na say be a be ma ni suba na oba ni suba nya asam timi jai.
But Ujaya untimi enje unkrata. She said any offer another.
Say nkrata, so uja de nkrata nka ho.
Oh yeah.
Say ne, fiancé visa no say ma be wurem. Na me ba na me hwebre yusuban say nye boa wo bro me. Mitimi jai.
And with fiancé visa, I mean with my experience, Home Office granted more than visit visa. So lots of, I mean, I have never got fiancé visa application being refused.
But visit visa.
Yes, but visit visa, you refuse to be visit visa, the two months, nipa no need commitment with you. We need say with you, no margin so but fiancé visa, what you need to show is that you are in a genuine relationship, akin to marriage. You want to come and marry your spouse here.
Okay. Lawyer Matesen ye se oba enye se obi be kasa me kasa be jaa wuku na na wo yire eya na me program so kasa be buo na me ne mo de e kasa e wa ha ntimo obi me kasa sister Abnes campaign also for maame na ase yenkogya yekunu yenkogya so yire srete ne kaba no mote ase aha enti no me kasa ko ne kogya na ebi a wo ba ye no kasa be buo wo ba ye na ebi a nipa wotime buwa bo wasum otime ye ya wo se o what I say, we may depart. Nen one no, ye ko. Yo lawyer, ya can aware dear, a quine obefa so. Ain't not just a man mutie na, be will be say, me share ye uni, me person me worry ye uni no, wo a crummy has say, the application to our rear dear, ubet me a worry, obe a so quine, person we are wedding, person call registry, or why so ubet me a worry. Why will feel bet me engagement? Ba wo pese wo kɔ registry na wo kɔ ware no konkono wo hona mu ni nkrata empo wo nkrata akra wo send registry council no e contact home office be ma mo 90 days enti anu nti nkofo bebre mpese mo be kɔ registry because home office 90 days no mo de ma no they investigate you guys omo hwehwɛ mu sa ware na mo ware no eye genuine aware no e wone kwan so e na wo mo aye omo hwie a application no wontimi fa nkotum e wa ha because e was say wodi nipa no e ko Ghana so ye uni so ye Britain ni e was say wodi no e ko Ghana and na lawyer e refer to you aware say you aware de na eno na e de the easiest and the sweetest marriage in here. Wodi kwato mu akato aniti no akata ate no de amount. Omunchia home office fee is £65 or so. And na NHS surcharge omuchia. NHS do omuchia bi. Omodu om application ikotu ma for na ba. Omun satisfy 18,600. Omunye English test. But who use UK law dia. UK ni a ho kware obi wo Ghana no. Obe satisfy 18,600. Obechia home office fees 1,000 plus. Whilst you for £65, ebi kura ye free. What chia no NHS surcharge. What chia lawyer fee. Enti Britain ni babe ware wa. One keka wa kra no, you are talking about almost £5,000 down. ɛna say lawyer say ye ni yufo nyina ya be ye pe ye nyina was so satisfy 18,600 but e was any pane de wo kɔ Ghana ye you ni no so betimi ya application atomu wa ha e de ama wa I just say otimi prove say my warrior no was there before 31st December 2020 lawyer say na kan na o worry recently ya dia ye mfama emposa warrior no eye way back 31st of December 2020 a omokra betimi abusa say adan na dada na ma warrior no manya application amfa antum na afei ya ye free yiyumu no e na mo be ya application e de atum enti e wo so ko Ghana en wo ka be see another sweet e de mani abre say yenya Christopher sorry enne me pamocho asofo ya momfa lawyers nkoma sorry no mo nko kire nuoma we because obia ni mu say e wo se me ko Ghana na me ko ya aware lawyer say ye frɛ bibi fiance visa enyo ye nyina na ehia se ye ko Ghana wa wo won krata no no wo kan lawyer me boa wa wo won krata na de ko ware obi no enhu hia se wo se chenchina atwan se wo se wo ko wonya wo tangible reason bia enhu hia wo fiance e wo Ghana me fa ne se osofo maame a wo mreku a e won krata wo ha opeso okofa ne fiance e free Ghana e de ba ana wo peso ekọ ware no enwu hia se osofo maame awo ebe tutu ne nan akọ Ghana de hia ne se chatting every good morning every morning good afternoon awo have you eaten I love you awo kiss me ni nyina eye wo evidence e wo ho anu ama wo £1 wo dey send tap awo je evidence ofiance no e wo ho anu ama ne awo je £3 na usi dan kra na diskana komane awo je fakoto brox e wa ha emame eye evidence eno no na lawyer ka se genuinely no utimi prove say mo prepare mo ho to say mo be warea ye be ma wo fiance no wo Ghana no 6 months fiance visa se won famre kuromi ha e bia mo ba ha mo betimi aware e bi so kra mo ware a ya ma ne visa so won famra lawyer say sa visa no a 6-month visa the same like visitors visa but visitors visa no e was so we show strong ties e wo Ghana we show some me wosika me ye adwuma papa me ye we eno kra no wanye like ye mfa mma but fiance visa de o se de bi ye musa nioma sa enti e kwan foforo no wo yere wo kunu ontimi koye English test lawyer we ebu wate enioma no ensam ne drop o ma adwene mu ba no me kasa just eba me say mo with God all things are possible eba tell me ensam ni yifri ma adwene mu ede ba no bia wo yiri ntimi nye English test ukunu ntimi nye English test eno akogye visa diaba fiancé visa contact Mascot solicitors omo number ne wo so no ye wie ya afre lawyer me hia wo ba bi straight ne kaba we straight lawyer yankoso say ne nioma ni gu ma adwene mo de ba no ba bia me de mo be fa no another diversion no ba bia we wo bi beyi wa wunim na beyi this video akoma lawyer foforo say lawyer je na bena simple say fiancé visa wonnim na de ko no afa nkoma wa afa nkoma lawyer Frank lawyer no wonhunu ye wogina airport wa ne aba be so mu say enye fiancé what you say
yeah good I don't know because of the time
lawyer
if we can go
quick one lawyer wo bia wo mu owo kromi ha wo no nso ni nkrata me fa ne say comfortable eni nkrata comfortable ni nkrata ena Abdul ewo nkrata na wo peso o ware no omo so no genuinely omo chat everything bibia ye kama se kromi akora de wu no everything pictures bibia no ye genuine eno no so no ye ni visa bi ye de be ma se intimi nko Ghana me ni nkrata ni intimi nko
And then I church mu say bluff me obi say insurmountable obstacle. And also to me chire mu say adie bi a esi edua ho dua e wo
Okay.
Ghana
Esi
and
mu
nti
mienu mu kwan.
ekwan. Yeah, ama just din because of that nti mu nya ade a metimi akọ Ghana akọware. Ebi
Lawyer
na
me
me
pa cho
meza.
me ntwa no ma me nkyere mu sei. Me na me ni nkrata no. Me de me ntimi nkọ Ghana. But me fa ne say Abdul won krata Abdul nko abekọ.
Mu mienu. So mu
Oh
mienu
me
no.
kyerɛ mu sei. Me ni nkrata me ntimi nkọ. Se misuro ntimi nkọ ne amfa ma me amakoka.
Yeah.
Enti me nkọ me wa ha nti bibi me nkọ. Abdul na wo won krata no. Ebetimi akọ Ghana. Oh say madane no. Your fiancé no aba be di ha. And na proper fiancé no won krata no de wo no tegan ono nko abetimi akọ Ghana. Whilst me na me ni krata na ye koye application de ama me nko bi. Me metena ha. Na de won krata no so ye obo so ye be mu. Ono ne kọ. Na ono na kotena ho aya ama me. Na ekwan bi so ye betimi ama me. Fiancé visa ni bi wo kuromi ha. Ama me matena ha.
David. The emphasis is on wa winning krata no. Enye say bi a winning krata into ntimi nkọ Ghana. Ghana ye ukurum betimi akọ. But the issue is say ukọ Ghana ebi na atonye nkyem bi beto wo ho. So and nti no eni kwa say de ukọ back ebi kra criminal asylum, political asylum. Ebi a wo health issue bi wo honomo ene se wutina pray mu na one for we duru no ekra day a ebi kra na obetime wu kwan mu ana akọ Ghana eduru no nya bi wo ho time a wo twen ese ebe ware wo no na ebi kra na ewu ato wo ho. So there is a serious obstacle, there's a big problem.
Wow.
Ebi wo ho antina wontimi nkọ Ghana. Anytime I can say most often we don't say this to clients. Yeah, no, lawyer be also call Ghana and worry. But semini would do command no so a lot of issue. And you know, and you can see a mouth coffee dear. And I say be a crown watching her any yet influencer from last year, but this year. I application be Nigeria for Ghana for or be back we say more 15 years. And one in the partner atna for over 2 years. Tia the two application church normally be Oman Kogana yet the man has said. Or being so I know on crowd and no yari. The interesting thing is ada ever cabes 1 month here say I call court no. Lawyer been a year and refuse to ban ye the co appeal. And I will trash ye. We try and then say a diagnosis or cancer or something. To 1 year report didn't in our account as no and you don't meet me if he
and to Uchashia no so no yet me gina so man krata. Yes, and go for be try.
You try here didn't call hospital no more diagnosis or cancer.
When you cancer.
Or
Okay.
be so on a mental problem. And you know, and you are bit major say into new crew no have no washer na or titi no ho sa to ka say any power we me no munko fie no munko ware ansa no emo. So there could be a lot of reasons until I be untimi nko fie, but in simple terms, you know, say we need very good reason say uko Ghana atuyen den chambi atorenchem beto that can say or how can see beto there. Anyway, and you can say we track right because you kind of say they will refuse the application straight away. So in most often we have to establish that there's insurmountable obstacle that you cannot go back home. And yes, I did refuse to application.
Okay. And yes, Sadio Mobe refuse application of fame. I would do a video na to ya bonus campaign na trick TV so. And I will share no aha a drew Tuesdays a we are singing na at the womo any chira opesa oba United Kingdom ebe ye juma. Aha say and I would do any betchre opesa oba as a visit. Aha and I would do any betchre and ne papa and aha ye day eba. Aha say so we are baby ye national. If we are baby na pesa oba krumi ha. eba ekrom ha se wo beye adwuma se wo ba behwa ha me pa cho ye wo lawyers akukudam a ye no mo etena se eye adwuma ebi na mo witness ebi a ene no first time a wo hwe abonus campaign aha say de eye yenye platform so de papa nko a edru Tuesdays a Miss Pretty Patel ebi a wo hwe me uni abrochire so what ni din aha wono na ye home office wura panyini ekuro wura eno no wasan ase e de amaye sesa platform we say de undiluted aha wo ba ne wonti ase no beti ase aha nye baby a wo be kwa akotie na ase lawyer de free ha no de abebo ha no de free ha or say meet me there we will meet here tell us aha say woni sika wa wotimi tana ase no waye wadwuma na emomo no da bia mitumfo say mo fa madwuma ma lawyer enya ade no aseye wie no e na wo kwa akofa lawyer e de aye wo ko obi man so a no wapa asetena papa na waye lawyer me pacho ansa na me wie na me bie phone lines no atomo ene me start adwuma 11 o'clock here me bie phone lines no atomo de di kan lawyer nyame enhira obebre eye mascot solicitors ma ya de ama me ho adwiri me eye last week lawyer ye ne papa bi tena ase a oba krom ha 1991 na ye 31 years video no eda eho papa no 1991 edan oni dan empo enchance dan kura ya boss wo ye kurusu oni bie eno nti na ya meka kire wo say Ghanaians you don't support good things and so asamo tomwa na mu dimirika na mu hwehwe nipa mo mwa de papa Ghana fo chiri se ni nua ya de pa ene kwan bia so ode nano bebre wase wo ya de pa kora na ho obi ahi ade a sese ye kan ya make fiance visa mahwirihwiri obi ti baabi odi matem obi ti baabi odi lawyer atem eye obi ahi nko obi ti me frɛ me ka kire me sister adan na wo ma me sister nya ankrata oh na me sister eye bone wo mu ade wo ba ye no eye no kore sister wo di bem se wo frɛ me tiatia me eye no kore ba ye ntimi nso nhwema ye nuanom ede na efe Saturday ye program lawyer Frank free program ne so we were looking for 1,500 me kunu ka se ye betua ka lawyer free ye was there bi ma mo hwe program no mo so was say ye be fa ho ka masco solicitors ye be make sure se papa nya enkrata onko fi a wo so wonko wa betena ha 31 years enti woni adamfo obi ankire ne se koye nkrata fa we woni bi brog 1 to be or say or kan no video nim okwa Ghana ehe na meda oni ebusuafie se ye bia wa support na ebusuafo wo Ghana for 31 good years e wa abrochire eno na da bia me ka kire wo se wo ba abonus campaign program ene me started me program for 5 years obu ho kro free Ghana e ba no won krata enkofo bebredo mo krata be gurem but oba brewo ho ase wate wunya nkrata menrahye brewo ho ase ebinum bebre through this program wonya nkrata oba wo kura ne 5 years oba wo kura ne ba like lawyer nyame onhira mo lawyer obi busa se wo ye nurse ni o de 3 years visa ene be kurumi ha wa wo send a message no owo a automatically ne ba be ye British ana
patch or there the
I'm sending no okay lawyer enra lady bi efreme na yemfa wono ne die no enwie ofreme no etiefo muntie eya kwantuo mu nsem ba lawyer Frank me hia criminal lawyer mesrew
okay
ma wada wono ma criminal lawyer no obeba kwantuo mu nsem muntie age so ne ne ba ye katwi a no wa kire ma kire no because kwantuo mu nsem ye nka borofo
okay
meaning so your criminal lawyer so mo ya borofo lawyer this one I need a criminal lawyer lady ne frɛ ye no ɔse obi na de me number ma no ontie me da onimo me na ɔyɛ Ghana ni na ɔne ne ba ena tie oni nkrata ni kunu nso ni nkrata but ni kunu no de wapono wate ase wapono enti ɔno nko a na de ne ho akoma council for wawo baba akon akra ne 2 years akra 2 years asem na me ne obeken na ni kunu ne nka ne ho wapo no ba woni ni kunu ne ekasa eno no ne akora ne de omo ho akoma council na council na mo temporary baby akwa nipa bebre ebi wo nipa 4 na mo baby no
the hostel
ena o mama ni hostel ena one ne ba no ehye ho na osan enyim ebium na one Ghana ni yenya ye krom ni Ghana ni ene wo hostel ho ba obi a wone dan ena o dem as a flatmates na oso ye dokono eya o ye dokono enti Ghana ni no wo hostel ho no ebesre no dokono ebesre wo no ge na o kan ye kan asem no dokono ena o ma ne dokono na sister no wo host ebeje dokono no ekono ena o se ne ba no eye delay in speech ono ne ba na wo no enti sister na obeje dokono se ma memfa wo ba boyi enko me ho no nkodi agro enti ono ge no ye dokono no e de ne ba ne ma sister no ena sister ne ba ne koye eni sister ne koye ti ge ni so on de okọ ne dem to wo dem ho na chese akora na kodi agro ache be 40 minutes okọ sister no ache no se me nkoje me ba no enti okọ bo sister ni punu mu saa obopunu mu obi amie obopunu mu obi amie enti o se ade sister no bibia ye nana enye wono ne ba ne kora na no wo thinke but panyimu de bibia ye nana enti sister ne se no osuro to okọ ne dem akofa ne phone na free police se ne ba ne sister na akọ hye dem ba onim se sister ne bibia ye na ti obo punu ni mu na obewura ne dem no obefa ne phone sen pia bonten akọbọ ne flatmate ne dan no eno hu se door ni chim eno o friend ne ba no to ebia Kofi ena Kofi se mommy ena sister ne se Kofi open the door ena sister no obeje dokono no Ghana ni omunyine Ghana fo Ghana ni bie pono no Ghana small company third party ni nkasai ti I won't blame anybody but me here urgent lawyer ti sister ni bie pono no de obeje dokono ni bie pono no ene wo say ya anya hwio ye o ka kire Ghana ne ba ne akora ne say ya anya hwio enti ono Ghana obeje ne ba no o se na adwen ankoso no say oh ma bebo pono mu sa ene wo say ma bebo pono yi mu sa mu mieme ena lawyer sister ne so oje ne ba no ene ode ne ko ni ode ne ko wura ne dem ba na adwen ama bibia so okay ache be 20 minutes aba ena okodware ne ba owuro akra ne ho ro ne pampas no sebi na akra ne be ma ejina so akra 2 years ne be ma ejina so ba na adwen mu sa akra no ebi ajonso de no enti akra ne be jonso enti na ne be ma ejina so no enti okodware ne ba no okodware ne ba no still na akra ne be ma eda so jina so odi akra na ba wo bo ne pampas odi akra ne tompa so na akra na start ibu ne pa akra na start nya feelings enti my sister ne friend ni kunu no because onyo ni kunu no nete e wo flat ni ayi hostel no o friend ni kunu ka che ne se sister na ebeje akra no obeje ni se na akra no ye na me koje no kra no se wa ya anya hwio ena ni kunu se ada ne de ba de enti ono ge ni se okọ confront two sister no straight away ebusa say there why me ba ne den like e dey na akoso na sister say ya anya hwe na ge ne bange ne phone and no sister no free police ono dokunu wura no e so free police and no police for ne buy on buy ne sister ne pi and no ka kire wo mo say na wo hu on ne ba ne ho sa ta no akodware akora no enti girl no don't have any evidence say be a sister na ya akora ne bibi omo de ne call hospital kra no DNA can prove because we dware akra no aya asesi akra no te lady ne say police for ne catch say on fa akra ne call hospital because omo ntimi nye lady no hwe because oni prove bi say lady no aya ne ba ne bibi ti girl no so de ne ba ne call hospital emergency okọ emergency so say ye ntimi nkoye DNA without police reports ena wo ba ne kura no wakodware no ahohoro ne ho enti wo se emergency for ne so anye bibia ama no ma anye test bia ama no ena osan ba police for no so mo ma ne letter ena police for ne so onko ni GP ne wo so ma ne letter because omo no person police for ne person omo be yade a nipa no wo fie no betimi asi wo mo enti wonko ni GP na ni GP e ma ne letter to so ko GP no na GP ne say enka the moment na uhu sa de no e na wo sanka de ne ko hospital ho enti no omo ma ne letter kura na omo hu hwe e di 2 days omo hu hwe enti o se akura 2 years no wa anye hwe police fo amfi no obi amfi no afa de o se di be 3 weeks a ne ba na nya severe flu pa ade ne so no sister ne se bibi hante ne se bibi akoso efiri ho ne ba ne gina ho a na obubu ne pa e na osan ko police fo ne ho biom se ade na obi aye me ba bibi se na mo mpese mo ba chi nipa no mo mpese mo ba ye nipa ne bibi se enti ho na me ma adwene no me sister na nyese me nje de wo kan no endi bibi kakra o se please ni ba akọ a okoto ni duty ne ka che ne say sa address no nipa na ote ho no oyare bone oyare enti se ne ba ne yare de a wo ma nani nku ne ba ne ho okay e na obusa ne se na nya den na akora no mo mpese mo be ya akora ne check e de amame o kan bia police for na mfi no say you don't have any evidence say wuraba no e na wo ba na da ana wa ya akora no e bibi you don't have evidence enti lady ne se wono de wajai police for na chiridie wajai na chiridie enti akora ne ho ato no ba wa na akora ne yare be 6 months later ne ba ne be yare papa rashes bi gugu akora no e ne ba na adwene mu se kotini ni ka kire ne se sa nipa na wote address sa particular person no oyare enti e ba na adwene mu no de ne ba ne ko GP no se no monya me ba ne blood test me pese me ye mogya mu hwehwemu e na GP ne ka kire ne se yenye because akora no wo so wonti me ka se yenye no HIV test osa se e be na HIV test onya 10 years a e no se how enti ono lady ne se wo ba fie e na ni kunu e wo die private kit na ye de blood test no omo ye ne ba ne blood test akwa na nya HIV positive
Wow.
e no san ko police when oni police for ko akwa na nya HIV positive enti o ko police for ne ho no e na police for ne sa on fa ne nko main hospital to de ne ko emergency e me se police for ne hospital ho ne communicate sa na me hu no enti oso okoye no emergency for sa akra ni so se ebe no HIV test e no no de ne de waye no e kire wo mo busa ne se oni hu kwan se obekọ akoto kit de aye akra ni HIV test enti wo se e ho na no e na doctor na okoto ne se e wo se e ma akra no flu injection e no se ne ba ne ma ne flu injection en che ni 2 weeks enti wo me en fa ma no sa omunimu sa akra ne wo anya yare no enti omo de aduro e ma akra no na chese aduro ebe sustain akra no to se doctor ne ka che ne se ma akra ne aduro na ebe bo akra no enye HIV aduro ne ye flu aduro ne de ma no ti ge ne se omo de ma no ena na danfo bi ye nursing sister of friend na danfo no ma na danfo no e check ne ba na NHS record no ka che ne se de wo be kan ye ne yampa o mama akora no aduru aduru no mbe repeat aduru ne be sustain akora no for every 1 year but omo no person mo be disclose a kire maame ne se akora na nya bi na chese maame lady no de wo ya akora ne de ono nko anenim but se lady no ete ho scot free e wona mentia se na busa again ne se bi wonya sure say wo bodam because won say me di wo ye yi e no say dey be sister ntimi di ni kunu number na ni kunu na me betena ha ni me hu say ye start program na me hu say bra na e frɛ me enura no me frɛ bra na wa amfa because I say menteme ho ase bi e wo ne nkom a wo die ni wo say aha e na lawyer wo say police for the camera be bɔ ni fie ho abebo wo mo corridor baby a won sister net ye no because am so no get no e ya no ko sister no ko e ko attack no Echo attacking because of that na Emma ye no operation ya se wopon enti da bi okoko attack sister no ti police for the camera be bo omo corridor nti me man a lawyer na me samra me tu camera ni free eho ena busa again say wo abodama na wo ye papa ena o se wo modam enti menyi ni kunu number but na me pese me ni kunu ne kasa ansa na enura ma frew na de ni kunu ne confirm mo say yes de na yire ne ka no yes a ansa na emwa bi e wo se ye boa no ye de aboa no.
Okay. All right. So I think after the program.
Because again, sisters or ye, Anna.
Okay. But any
advice Ben, I will obey the mammy. Then I will take it from there.
Only Nikronika now verify information. Maybe I will share one criminal lawyer details with. There are quite other. Has he reported this to the refuge center? I don't know whether it's a refuge or hostel, but if it's a hostel now, and obetumi report to am say maybe a problem is say no suspect is a neighbor and the banner aye until they want to investigate. It's a refuge sentence where obetumi report to am no master investigation. Or she can also just go to Citizen Advice Bureau, explain to them that this is a situation, if they can signpost her anyone that can help. And even though Citizen Advice Bureau may not have solution, but I'm sure they can signpost her to any organization that can look into this situation, because it's a serious offense if indeed the woman, the next door neighbor, knowingly infected this child, with STD. Then it's not a small case. It's a big, it's a criminal offense. It's not acceptable. But the sad thing is the child's life is now at jeopardy now, which is really, really sad. If indeed the child is being infected with HIV, then it's a very sad for the child and the family. But I would suggest that this is not a matter we can find a solution here. Uh, she should speak to the hostel provider that there's been a nuisance behavior from her next door neighbor. You should contact Citizen Advice Bureau to see if they can signpost her for any support. And of course, when you speak to the husband and there's something that a criminal lawyer needs to come in, then I'll refer you to someone. But I think at the moment, talk to Citizen Advice Bureau. They could be the best people to help. And if this is indeed they need to prosecute the case, they will assist her with a criminal lawyer as well.
Meta say etie for me beautiful lies not to mama for mama money na wate enyu obi a na beje oba empo Germans na ye de makoma wo mo no enu again no osusususu me kra de na me homete me so wo ye hwe wo modam o sister ma bodam anka me no wo kasa ka me ne wo kasa Mr. Mo.
I mean, there could be a lot of situations of marriage. I mean, obi abodam names or abodam, so he may need some mental health assistance. But of course, we don't want to narrow the case to mental health because if indeed it's a mental health situation, the point here is that she's been obviously seen.
Emi say issue ne ba ye no e na ama na ye krakrakra because o catch me say na onyem.
So the issue has triggered the mental issue. But whatever it is now, she needs help. Social services needs to come in because she's what the woman indeed if it did happen, what she's looking is for answers. And she's not getting the answers.
You are right. As some no can say, me person be mama answer. DNA e kwan be because also mu nyina akoye test no. Obi ani.
Yes. So she needs if it's mental health situation, of course, then she is sanctioned and provided the right support. But I think she needs some answers. And once she meet professionals, they can able to diagnose the situation and see. For all you know, I mean, before you know, possibly the child doesn't have HIV. Before you know, she has it or he has it. But you should go and speak to Citizen Advice Board, and I think they will look into it. Or any social intervention organization that is close to her, she can speak to them, and they will take it upon themselves to help.
Meda wo bibiara se lawyer meda wase ubetimi afrɛ no wabusa lawyer any question me fa just 5 calls pɛ wabusa lawyer any question you beto busa no emfa enne enkomo na yedie ne ho kra na me pacho ubetimi ebusa she video no ma wonua no mokɔ adwuma enne me che panti ne nkofo nim se memma she video no ekoma wo bibiara nkoma a enne yedi no eye very broad enkomo ena eye very good nso so a ebeboa yenua no mu bebre ebinom enti me pacho o share video no a na waka kire wunua bi me pacho me mo odin e wo program so o de wo frɛ ya no na wachia lawyer na wo kasa me pacho munyina so hello me do for me pacho ye nko lawyer 8 you me pacho wa wo WhatsApp no ye nko wa wo WhatsApp no me pacho lawyer 8 you hello, me pacho yan kolo yeti.
Hello, sister, me chia only lawyer. My opinions, my family.
Me so me da say.
Also.
Yeah, make it a refugee status. I got 2 years now. Before. Na me wa baba for Ghana. Tama me claim as. He can. She said me na ba si so mo to be nyafen.
Lawyer me pacho was so kra refugee status. Na owoba wo Ghana. Ode ne ba ne benya say.
Enti obe on the ban speak with refugee status no obe be say family reunion. So you do family reunion application and then when the child come the child will be granted.
Also so benya the same. Me pacho lawyer say wo ba no so benya the same refugees documents no. Me pacho bra what say? I lawyer so wo ba no so benya the same enkrata na ekura wo na no.
So wo baby be a friend family reunion application.
Also baby be free ho. Me da say. Me da say. Hello me do for pa me pacho ye nko lawyer tie o.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon, this Abraham.
Yes darling, good afternoon.
Yeah, but you better be some lawyers so obi wo outside lending na. Obi to be in service.
Me pacho ai o ye global o America o Canada we ase ba bia wo bia
ebia me ni London but ebia me wo Birmingham
I have a lot of clients from Birmingham.
Me pacho
or branches are now say bia visa abia ibetuma call and I say bia say London
me pacho wouldn't ni be Zoom meeting o friend lawyer or no who hia so be free Birmingham aba say ya dia asem no pa no e bia phone so person no be ka dia wo be ba ne ho wo London but no be Zoom meeting we betimi na Zoom meeting all documents bia no be ma wo dia send na by email enti no omo number ne was no betimi afre no be bia lawyer entimi nya adwuma Wales lawyer he Scotland. Yeah. Scotland. And I just say a bass a cockota winya lawyer from Scotland. Ba Birmingham dear, Ofra, Ubetimi, and then Akasa, or no be a Zoom meeting. Why?
But that's my power for.
That's it. Hello, Mida for Pame Pacho Young Coloye to you. Yes, darling, sweetie, you are. Me patch also person busa se Zambrano update aba. Lawyer me patch Zambrano is there any updates?
No, not yet. Update me
lawyer says Zambrano update my why? No guidelines. Hello me patch me do for yanko. Numbers no eye 2.
Me patch me person me bisa lawyer ade kaka.
Me patch busa no.
Me pacho, me person bisa lawyer say, akwenya bi wo ma obi a wabere mu fufu for you ana.
obi a wo free EU aba be rem na che se wonya nya wo settlement scheme ya akwanya wo ho ma wo ne se pa adwuma se wonya adwuma na se company ne ma wo sponsorship a company no efa wo se ono wo be ya adwuma company ne be ma wo letter a wo de be kwa akoye wo settlement scheme no enti pa adwuma first pe wo so onya adwuma be ma wo sponsorship ba sa wo yire e wo krom a wo kunu wo krom a na sa wo kunu na na wo yire no aye ne settlement scheme dia e cover.
Oh, okay. Nti wo family bi wa ha dia no ontimi nya wo hwe. Enye
family bia ne family ona nua nya wo family. E bia wo yire wo kunu ana wo ba e wa ha.
Okay.
Ombetimi age what.
In this case no ntimi so nya NI ana bia.
NI dia wo se moti ase ne se NI dia ye de be mamo. Bank card ko bia de be ma wo bie bank ye de be bia ma wo okoye na ye de be ma wo na emomu no home office ho no e na wo momfa o settlement no emma wo mbeka cho say prove 6 months se na wo wa ha pacho what ya say ti na idea na idea obetimi akoje but kopa adwuma pa adwuma wo mo be ma wo sponsorship.
Okay.
Hello, me that's me pacho yenko wa wo so yenko.
I'm drunk.
Me chia na me chia
yeah, Joso, me pacho jina so. Oh, what's up for you? Yes, darling, sweetie yenko. Me pacho wa wo so yenko. Hello? Me pacho wa wo what's up ni yenko why? Me pacho se wo bi wo ha on person ye de kan biom na loyante
me gi graduate route visa hello
me pacho mi tie wo so the graduate route visa ne ba ye
student visa ne ba ye
and
me by graduation and I'm entitled to bring 2 people into no me person me gi obi ba from Ghana but I am so ba on person obeko. And means to know I have to renew my visa, like take a graduate route or sponsorship from Ejuma. The person who says it would affect me if he comes and stays and doesn't go.
Not just a woman who ninkrata, but what the graduate visa, 2 years graduate visa.
I'm saying I'm a graduate. I'm still on the student, but then me graduation now. I may graduate process from next month.
Okay, lawyer me pacho or say I fail no be school. Or we school now we entitled for graduate visa. Na ne graduation no person odi na busuafo mienu eba na wo hwe na busuafo ne spirit ekura wo mo na nya de mo be call back to Ghana biom eno no ebe affect no ne graduate 2 years now a visa now wo be gina na.
In the first place, I mean, it's not a requirement, but the whole situation is say when they are talking about character, I mean the graduate visa application requirement being which is we invite to be banner one visa. But I'm just thinking how a caseworker is going to make a decision if they get to know say they are what will be a banner one in any event no we have graduation we are. I'm sure say we'll be out there.
Even sponsorship na me switch your phone so it won't affect me.
Debbie sponsorship there.
The only negative impact is say in future person invite you will be they will not allow you.
Me pacho graduate visa no betimi associate ba sponsor lawyer say wo ho na emomu no in future no say bia we invite obi a ne betimi affect na omo so obo omo nkwa na e wo frɛ o maye den. Mame. Okay. Hello, what was no me pacho lawyer 8 you why yenko?
Yeah, hello.
Me pacho lawyer 8 you yenko why? Me pacho wa online ne so ne yenko mame yenko. Yes darling sweetie. Yes darling sweetie. Good afternoon sweetheart. Me pacho de wo adwuma ma na me pacho kasaye na mente wo so person o partner ye de na kan
Nah, maybe our health like issue be
or what the low sperm. Lawyer, mommy, I'm so well. Do you remember where we are? One question.
My name is office.
Lawyer. Na say no de enye sick lawyer ne partner onu ni nkrata da ne partner won nkrata ba also mpese obekọ Ghana meboa
and I say you and I go doctor no say obese or refer to a fertility for treatment but because of that is say in case I me call Ghana so I use me follow the fertility treatment they make so
okay lawyer o se oni nkrata ne lawyer ne lawyer won nkrata oni nkrata na ne kunu ne partner won nkrata na ne partner no e wo low sperm count wo mo try say nkomo be wo no use akra no but awo ne ma into omo doctor refer wo moves for fertility clinic but a process omo betimi use fertility clinic no low sperm count no e de agye nkrata
and no entimi engine so engine nkrata that alone. Of course, say omo ye treatment now, they don't need to put in application or wait trying out until the treatment is completed.
Okay.
But obviously, say be our person your application say we treatment. Home office will look into all circumstances and say okay because of that, you can say you find crata amount they continue what I say. So I mean I'm tempted to think say we can look into this case in detail.
Mami me pacho lawyer se friend no nebra onu ukunu nemra why ai fako na bibi papa be free ho aba hello me dof me pacho wa was no yenko me pacho mentie hu free lawyer tie why me pacho low ho ne kakra why sister
na bibi papa be free ho hello me dof me pacho wa
hello sabina me pacho na me aba you me ba last 4 years na my sister me ko college me kuta nkola mi na me person is lawyer say uko school na so kuta nkola ana aban emwa obiem
ukra
support na so bisa
ukra enkora we ukra you 5 years ukra 5 years
next year na permanent.
Okay, unya entitled for student loan. Student finance. Ya na ye 5 years. Ucha wo 5 years na. Ebi okra wo 3 years, wo 3 years ni mu no ucha 3 years. Omutimi ma student finance. But it depend o finance omo awon no omo deal no. Obi wo omo ka se 5 years. Obi wo also so after 3 years no. Omutimi look into it no mama student finance. One of the unya support too. Lawyer.
Yeah. I mean the basic rule says uba krum hanama. Na ubeko school or year kunu and now children or any dependent, you need to establish that you can look after yourself and the dependent. You can't get the government involved. So also renew visit visa na sorry student visa also renew na you need to meet the maintenance requirement. So
ono ye ni ani kuna ni ukunu na do ba ha ntu ukuru krankrata ne
ni kuta EU passport
ane se ukunu betimi age benefit ama woni ukunu nyina na ewura mu ntimu mienu nyina mo nkole ukunu kura EU passport wu nkura EU passport meboa
me pa that
enti ukunu betimi age benefit no e de ama mobile wu ntimi nyi student finance.
In the first place, Enkrano said, Enkrani Papa ni national, and Enkrano me sure said Yomkuta EU passport.
Me pacho obani kra o mani kra EU passport.
And the money for EU passport.
Lawyer, I'm the money kra EU passport.
Yes. It's child benefits. It depends obviously how long or Martina Hana say Papa no Atina has say. Then he can claim child benefit. But
lawyer, she is talking about student finance. It is student
student finance. It depends. So what 3 years now? I hear Juma. Nikuno and Swatana or indefinite or 5 years, Swatana 5 years, they can access to them finance. But on Tina had no more as a dependent for over 3 years, they will not get access to them finance.
Okay, Mame, ye program na frame me many obi ama na assist to because what na ha more than 3 years. Many obi ama na boa mo your student finance. Why? Now nyame nhira me no ba wo shey. Hello, me dof me pacho yenko. Wa was me yenko na yenya lawyer. Me Joso.
Me so
Pacho jina so pacho jina so.
na omo certificate of application abrami. Ba me benefit for na friend.
Me pacho jina so ma me pacho. Aha. O benefit for afro say.
Aha, nti me use me fa na nkwa na say.
I lawyer was say
or certificate of application okay.
On fa de on fa no nko ho. Me pacho lawyer say fa enoko. Hello, Midoff me pacho wa was no yenko.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Good afternoon, sweetheart.
Me pacho
na in school pacho.
Student visa. Me
pacho na in school pacho.
But then on living
in scholar.
But then we say 9 months no more can. You can say or bank account man I say half of it can be in your bank account.
And 9 months so 28 days. Lawyer me pacho was so a person support to the brother for student manable school or kromi ha. Na sika na yes fa to account to move for 28 days no. It was
no the living obviously living expenses.
Maintenance. So 9
months.
Lawyer
scan was said that account to move for 9 months. 9 months.
Yeah.
What he's asking
it's about 1,300.
Yes, the question he is asking is
1 year program you need about 9 months.
9 months.
But then the person who said sending now what account.
Yo, lawyer me pacho also was a person who said 9 months is getting also what account man no bet me at you have.
Yes, Matthias said lending now over 10,250. So 10,250 plus school fees no. I was say at that bank account for 28 days.
For 28 days.
Yes, there's a school fees here 15,000 and maintenance is here 10,250. Together now over 25,000. I was say one a bank account for 28 days.
Lawyer was say yes in 9 months. I was say Canada account for 9 months.
Living expenses no.
Was it living expenses?
And then I make us say a friend maintenance.
Maintenance.
Lending out calculating 9 months is about 10,250.
O calculating 9 months now about 10,000. It is at it was said demo for 28 days, not 9 months.
Yeah.
Or family pacho
for 28 days, okay.
28 days pe. Emi say my video crack to TikTok. Yeah, mon follow TikTok na muntie.
Okay.
Why? 28 days. Or so what bet me the half for 2 man or so di nyina.
No, I was sitting in Adam.
I was a brand new in Adam to Kobobosi and if I can.
No,
Who bet me and now? Okay, all right, that's fine.
All right.
Hello, Medoff me pacho yanko. What was the yanko? Hello, me pacho, what was the yanko? Oh, Jina, so also the mat to hold. Hello, me pacho yanko, what was no?
Oh, yeah,
me pacho ya what?
Hello.
Yes, darling. Of a man, you from where you wa.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, boss.
Yeah. Me problem keep for me.
Me pacho yen kasa. Me pacho yen kasa meet you. Me pacho enti you free.
The problem is that me a pensioner. Na me fiance wo Ghana. Enti me so me nya demand how will I get 18,600? Make me there to my account. Mama, me kopano. I'll find back to mama.
Lawyer, good question. Also, a pensioner or one fiancé, Ghana or person of a fiancé, Baba, or no one yet dream of 18,600. No, into a no pensioner no be that of the fiancé.
You better checking a pension, the OJ every month. Now, the calculated savings account. The ABNO was savings over 16,000 pounds in account. So, you better calculating a pension is kind of original. near the no attach. Tibeka say maybe I was short of £1 or £2. Into such a person, I need to speak to him one on one. I need to know his pension every month, and then any savings he has that is over 16,800. And we can help.
Okay. Offer me patcho say what? Yo, me that.
Another one. But me need savings to be apart from the money making.
Oje boso no. Lawyer, me patcho was so any savings be apart from sikana or ne monthly no.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're not a bedding. So the
na just lawyer wo ye pension o kroma de wontimi nkoware ya na ntimi nkofa o
the rules are a bit discriminatory. So
lawyer pick your phone wo ho ma me why never to speaker ma me pick your phone wo de ne ye wo de pick ne keke me fan to speaker pick it to ma me
okay my pick
aha eye offer me pacho wote o si bibia ni ho betimi aye na lawyer ne fiance ni nso so wo sika de wo sika muntimi fa nka ho
de betimi aka abo
ene ye wo fa wo frɛ ya wo so wo pension o fiance ni wo sika mo betimi aka mu sika na bo mama na ye sika no hello wa wo Ghana course no me pacho yenko
hello so
yes darling
na mi ka mo pa ne adwuma pa mo bo
me da se
because the visa lawyer say visa wonya akoduru kronom na okoduru ye no school no wan ko but opeso nya ne nkrata kwan be so na
obefa emi se lawyer din kan kire mu enyina wa ha wa kire mu wo ye student ana se obi a kwan a wo fa so ba ha bia pese wonya nkrata wa kire mu a ose aware awo utimi be wo ni yire wo Ghana membe deceive obi wa ha enti woni yire wo Ghana na wo hie obi na openo na wo ye ne ho ade a woni ne wo a obetimi agina kora ne so anya bi obetimi aya aware ana se bi a wadi aduro wakosiki asylum aha bibisa wa kire mu enti se waba na wo mpese wo be kwa ko hu lawyer ono be kasa me da se hello me last caller me pacho wa wo so ne yenko.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sweetie. Do you have to update?
Me pacho me pese me busa lawyer say me wo indefinite wa by me year graduation July. Na me pese me invite me sister Ghana no ba. Na me sister no a normal trader Ghana and me pese me find out from lawyer say how do I go about it? Pacho.
Okay. Enti me pacho offer office here o mebusa no questions kakra say na oje every month and I say acquire be an business no register no register enti offer office o mbeboa o kwan bia abefa so organize a documentation for system
Sister me pacho wote sister wo de atoso na wutie wo hu free ho sister me pacho wote me
pacho amate
all right me da se nyame hraw etie for me fa ko bia biompa ekwa wo se do you have to update the home office if you have already submitted an application and there has been a change of circumstance?
Yes, if there's change of circumstances, possibly it will have a positive impact on your application. It's always important that you update them about the change of circumstances.
Okay. Yen yanuma mo YouTube me pamocho me bamoso na me busa mo question one or two bi dia mamo na me ne lawyer edi dwumedie no aba na wieye Tanisha word also please does USSS family permit have any financial requirements?
If you are bringing your child or your spouse here, you only need to show that when the person comes, he or she will not be recourse to public fund. So there's not a specific amount, but you check how much you are earning your accommodation. Then we can establish that if you come, you're not going to be requested for refund.
Jo, etie for meda wo bibiara semesra mo mo frɛ ni nyina no mo frɛ eye lawyer ne number and na other screen is no eye 0208 0752 Mascot solicitors omo number eye 0208 0752 me pamcho lawyer de ya no prefer say mo be frɛ office mo frɛ ne number so ono ye very busy papa na ye mpe complaints say o me frɛ lawyer amfa na me pacho omo service eye global baby a wo bia no obetimi afrɛ wo mo na wo Scotland omo ye adwuma ediduru ho na emo mo nkɔ court ewo Scotland agese wunya Scottish lawyer apart from Scotland ne de ekuro bi a wo so bia wa America wa Canada opese oba ye krom ha wo ye relocation eba ha say opese oba ha be ye adwuma me pacho omo service eduru Ghana so ene e wo digital world entino baby a wo pese wo bia won ne ye adwuma bia no me pacho wo pe top pie soro ho pa dia ene me pacho frɛ eye mascot immigration there wo boa or say with God all things are possible lawyer me pacho wasama etwato a opese wo kana yembra
ete for me dem say ene dem mo fa mo gretie say the kind mascot solicitors ya ba say your community, we work together, making sure that we serve the community to the best of our ability and the best interest of our clients. I know we serve for Zambrano. I mean, the government announced early part of the year, and it said 25th April this year, and a Home Office day guidance. Remember, 25th Nidri and almost had the share 16th May, which was yesterday. But yesterday, after today, in Yamai. Yes, to now, you watch it, you need a hopper because you say idea. You say, not me, Hopusenke, and the Vishiano, and which is 16th, and I'm not Omoka Senke, Omodebeba. But unfortunately, and Miama, it's Abiana, but this week, Abiana, Omasashi.
Friday, Medebeba.
Today, a vampire said, bye, I better Aja. I'm a tear for you at Aswati. Yadama say, Mpachomon continue Namon support to Skimpia Outreach Mascot solicitors so that we can able to be on our feet and support the community. I do a Jumani delay Abama, work in progress, a very tough time for all of us, but we make sure that we bring success to your door post. So God bless you. And enjoy the rest of the week. Bye-bye.
Meda a lawyer and so say Solomon wo so pe security for a number me pacho ye wi a obetimi inbox me wa wo pese wo ye master in English wo pese wo ko university e wo kroma wa try master in English wuntwa me pacho obetimi inbox me say wo pe master in English
ye be beat me call
me de da I da me pacho timi ko why me da se kona ko ye adwuma mass and English ye beboa ama watwa e de akọ university e bia wo pese wo ye care level 1 level 2 NVQ 1 level 1 level 2 me pacho o ya no aferi contact me ana say inbox me na me ye beboa ama wa ye wo pese wo ye SIA si wo pese ko ye security obi anko ye bi mfanto wo na se ne ekrom he ye no security SIA ansa kra na be ye SIA no first no na emre se ukotana se a wuntwa mpo ene omo de amount ena ye be free home office ne hwan but we de me pacho enya de a wo mo be mo afeli omo be boa wo ama wa pass na wanya wo SIA license eno na Solomon ebusa no me pacho wo betimi inbox me se wo pe security SIA enye me nkoma security adwumu nka se security job license na ye de security no construction adwuma sika wom ebia pese okoye construction badge unim ba bia be no me pacho exam se wo se okoye check ne hwan credit check we say debi omo be boa well organization ombe boa ama wa pass wo construction wo benya wo card tem bia pese okoye adwuma bia wako akoye me pacho betimi afrem me personal number 0750242279 me pacho follow me on TikTok na nsem ko sister abana wo ba ha se a wo meye advert wa ha ni nyina no e wo TikTok me pacho follow me on TikTok follow then like wo ba ha good news no mon spread e mankofo na share man nkofo follow me on TikTok no follow me on Instagram and so ne like e na eso strike bro me YouTube channel no and so aha na abenya ne papa nyina de aba nyame ya odoma ya wada hye eya na meka se mo me yenkwa asori a obi nti ase meka se mo mra me bompa ya mo tete wo mo se yenya ye wa abrochire no meka sa e wo London every Thursday bia ye bompa ye edi apaye efra paye edware apaye enom apaye memenda no abra me ye program ni wie no me call Hamad Smith Hospital me call hoda eko share yenya ye krom ni Ghana ni ena nkofo di pictures bi nso so ma mo hwe me Saturday ni me kan ma me bia se friend na ho anwan se wa eno de me ntimi nka ho asem because bia eye fake news ebusuafo bia medame na me ko share bra bi Saturday na me wie program no me se Saturday na me yare memenda no na me yare memenda no me ba fie me numa to me ko me media for na driver me de me koye me entasuo gina me num se ya ewurade akwantufo ya asem oyo maame no okra papa no okra Belgium passport de me kwhye no Hamad Smith Hospital or your Belgium ni oba had just 4 months in ya diagnose no na me koye na me hwese de papa yi sebi na fu oh my god hwe mentana sini agro empire wo ehu hia enke ewu asofo ne de muni wo matem ubedi sofo atem but yenye wo United Kingdom ha ho asori simple police HSU na se wo wura asori dem a they don't have right so omobe wura wo omobe chesi wa ba asori dem ha be chew economy ha minim other countries ne de economy ha se wo dwane ko wura asori dem na enipa no waye ne bone se dien ubo wura asori dem ho a ewo so omodo omo nsekan nyina egu fom ewo so omo salande omo be gina asori dana no atwen wa akopem se wo be pie they are not allowed so omo be wura asori dem ho abechew abekun abebo eye refuge wose mi dwane ko bia ne wawurade awurade ne dwane kotoa no o British passport no entimi nye wo nkwa also wo kura British passport enso yare a ye de ato so okura Belgium passport enso yare a ye de ato ne so doctors enia no adru bra no yesi wo bewu oni insurance wo kromi ha oni insurance e wo kromi ha enti Saturday na bra me call na me busa se bra aden na won sign me emfa won ko Ghana na won ko wunto Ghana wo de wo how na ebeto yeso wo de amane e na ebeto wo yire ne wo maso wo kromi ha oba ye 4 months ni enti oni settlements ho anwan wo kromi ha enti ni funu no wu a enya aban dia no benefit from anywhere oni settlement enti oni system so okromi ha oni insurance enti wo wu a ebeba be ye Ghana ye dia me ka kire ne yire frɛ me call hospital wo Saturday me ne papa ni wie na me se papa ni fie ho no me te wo na wose enuema egu me so me call hospital wo me se what enipa Bible say ye mompaye e wa abra ye mre ho wate ye mompaye wa abra ye mre ho ni nipa ye mobo wanya yire wanya kunu wo ma enti wo fu say wie ye no eno ano no wa complete wo life you are not completed yet obonefo are afflicted with sickness bra ne be bompaye ya wada we wie school wonya adwuma nye adwuma bia be wura mu bia ne yi wadi me pa cho ya wada bra ne mompaye uye bibi na de kro ne ma na bibi kuram aware pa ba ma yesi ma wunya bi awo pa ba ma yesi ma wunya bi a nice looking gentleman enso so yesi wo low sperm aden na wo ma me bompa yensu mfra wurade Ye the blood pressure atoso. Ye the diabetes atoso. Ye the name them. Bra ne bɛbɔ mpaye. Wo de wo nyare ewiase bibia wo bi. Ba bɛbɔ mpaye secure wo kra. Bɛbɔ mpaye eto wo maso. Bɛbɔ mpaye eto wa wo so. Se Awurade bambɔ nya kese wo so. Ahoden ento wo so. Wo wiase japade bia nso wani nye wa abrabom. Wo da wo nna. Me pacho wo hia mpae bo wate. Wo hia woje. Enye baabia ne ekobɔ mpaye o. Enipa ya ye mistakes bia. Ye rectify nkeye ya nkiaye ni ye. Enti ya na me ka kire wo se. Enye baabia na wo se ye bɔ mpaye. Enye nipa nyina ene wo so mu bi o ma no mpo bɔ mpaye ma wo. Empire no obebo ama wo enso ye die bia nim no me na wo san agi ama ho ohawo e na wo gi ama ho atetei e na wo gi ama ho woni wo bia obom paye sufra awurade tie emra emebom paye ntinye ba bia e na wo te se mpaye gidigidi empaye gidigidi nye ba bia na wo se wokọ me pa chaw awieye bremu no yesi wo soro ahema me befa na ni bre so enti mesra wa wutie me ni kwansa me pa wo chew brane mompaye ya wade bia na de awurade ye no ebro adwene ntiase so impossibilities become possible emergency hour de awurade want to me nye wo emergency hour ne bi nsida obi a woni kidney through emergency hour awurade ama ne kidney obi a wo peba awurade ama ne ba obi a wo ye impotent awurade ama ne bema aye adwuma akora wo ko school anani hu na de through emergency water ensuo keke awurade ama akora no nani ehu na de me pa wo chew menim wo hawa wo kom bia wo de ye adwuma ye nua ba bi wo Ghana wa wie university wo ni PhD wo ye PhD holder wa ye adwuma wa pa adwuma for 10 solid years wonya ene me nua ba no wo UK ha abra wo bi introduce emergency our man no ene wo se bra ne bebo mpaye wa ye application nimpa they don't reply her for 10 years watena Ghana obi a wo kura PhD holder osori anu wada na wo ma mi di na tem na wo de ne nan fufu otwa ne mpoa ne first day wo be join emergency hour ene wo se awurade kasa awurade hume mo bose ne wado yetie ene awuraba no adwuma wo chusu ye e wo UK ha ena afre ne yama ne visa ama ne dia be United Kingdom be ye adwuma emergency hour God they want to me nye it does not exist me last week Saturday na me call papa ne ho ba ye no abra me be call papa ne ho no ade ye be chiama makọ ena prophet Greg ka kire me se abana sorry ne bompaye before you move muni matak wa hu eye be ni paso anajo 2:00 wonyane me ye bompaye akopema homache 5:45 me come testimony bi a kire wo me come testimony ya wada me share me testimony me kwa papa ni fie me kwa no to me no na I don't feel comfortable of myself ba me nim awurade a wo kura me me nim nyame a wo kura me me koyi abra omo bie do ne maame a me wura fie ho no ehwa na wo se agume apa awose agume me ti me ho sa na afede apapo she be bompa ye wate ya wada bra me share me testimony am wate apapo agume me ho yem bas afede na mo yem basa basa me catch media for na me no mo kwa ne say ye nyai mama ye nyai program no ato aso ane mani subiri me na me se mama ye nyai o me se mama ye wo se ye ya ba ne nko ade we have to do it on se mo hwe ye setting ne kura na it doesn't look presentable na ye setting no ne look presentable me nya ma ade basa o mo se mama ye nye na me se no me free baby a yete no me call abonten me ko bompaye na me se ha me san by ye betoa so me free ho me ko Hammersmith Hospital enumre around 12:1 I have a testimony ayawada I will share my testimony enkamu hu me no yawada I will share my testimony with ensuo memenda de beche kwasiada de ensuo na prophet Greg ka say yemfa ye bompa ye gusu yawada no yemfa nkosi ye window no de ensuo na ya mame no hey me bad boy was say mommy should I call ambulance de ensuo na ya mame no what do you tell say ya wada me invite personal invitation ma more YouTube no mpa bo no mo no YouTube because ye proper check service ye sorry awurade ye worship ye pagya awurade ye de nwom na ye bibia ye wi aya bompa ye nyedi apayo ye di paye ti se fufuo ye twa paye ni ti se fufuo ya wada be ba beto me no na wigi ebutu mi ti na ni ho ansomade e hyemi na ni ho ma bodam ama awurade ya wada because sister awoto ni ho wo sika wo kunu wo ba bibia wo bi ba be bompa ye obi be ko school ya stabbing am na wu papa ya yakune mafo yakune yire ne ma omukura British passport o ada ye be yifunu no mekwa ko streaming in live ama mahwe esieye ho ene ye beto omo British passport ato omo so omo nyenko omo de ye den British passport omo de ko ye den asai enso papa yi o ka kire ne se nko me bompa ye kora ko ma ko mfiu ko be ka se hwe asofo o ma ba hwe de o kire me pa chow emergency hour enye prophetic platform na emomu no wo ba me kan kire wo say ye prophetic da bi ye be bompa ye bra be bompa ye wo ba na awurade da bibia chi kire prophet Grega obeka a kire wo asem bi be free na no ababia so no osoro e authorize testimonies always rock may your divine approval obia oba abrochire ne nkrata obenya ne ha 5 years o onyemu 4 years enso yama no indefinite leave to remain ono kura ye ne nwanwa eye ne nwanwa divine my month of approval testimonies there ebro adwene ntiase so because ye bompa ye ma wosuru sheki ye bompa ye ema wa yare setumi no obonsam ntimi nkura ehhehye no ye bompa ye ema wunya adwuma ye bompa ye ema wa awo pono bie ye bompa ye ema wo bi ode prison epono ne bie ye bompa ye ema obi a owo criminal record osuru authorize osuru ebie etima mo YouTube a wo hwe me pa cho ya wada bra Facebook bra niemo mpa ye wate oseme so niemo kuntan ade na eso no bra ne beyi bigu ho bra ne beyi bigu beyi hu gu ho oseme amaso amone so abra mukomu buo mommra ne mema ho me hwe sister ya meka na asemi wo so ontemenka me ka che ne se ewurade wotumi a HIV na wo ba na nya no bra emergency hour water miracle water bra na ewurade be ye oso wontemenka wonim se wono de enu ano no asori a wonkobi na osi ho omompaye ena osi ho asori no wonkobi because me de ena aso obi edi asofo atem nti wompa asori asematie ba me pese me ka kire wo se woni nkrata mpo na police becho na wo bowura asori dem a police immigration will be ntimi ncho they are not allowed enu nti wo ho a fa wo nko hye ni dwanko bia kese na se odo hu ko done ewurade lilale lamte na se mi hu emergency awa lili fa wo hu be don ewurade na ye mompa ye ewurabe ya wo bi abefa ne ba akotwetwe ne bai wo sister se maame no maame ba ne tafre na simple minim akotwetwe ne ba akura ketwa 2 years ye de yare ato akura ne so yare kese ye sister ye se ne yenye ne honam ne moja na enyo ye ne wie matufo mpanyindi abayi kirikire wonko a obi ade ne nkrata akotuma na ye de ama no wonko a ye refuse bra na mi ayi emergency awa home office wura panyini ono ne awurade onkwaje mawo maame bi wo Ghana ye diagnose no blood pressure diabetes or wopane me kura na nim say diabetes bi wo ho aye wopane wa wopane for 20 something years affecting akoma ne ma egu abrochire ha wo se ne kunu wuye e na oto na japade na ode ne mabai ne mani nkrata ye gi ne 200 million e na akoye ne surgery wo ne heart o san wopane one day ena maami se me kumi ho maami ne testimony wo ye maami asatam last year lockdown ni mu no was 60 years at that time video ne da ho was me committee suicide o te kwada so me committee suicide maami no efa ahoma a wode akogina afuo mu committee suicide abra wo gina afuo mu ho no en wo so wonya keke na maami no ohwe mi program immigration wo hwe no waka kire ne ma no wa ha na emergency a wampaebo ne de no o ma so da empaebo kese pa o ma so da na wo se tata ma wo gina fuo mu ho no a wo say na homa a wo de be hye ne ho akonfo no o fa ne phone e na wo tese kwekwen no e na wo click na ye WhatsApp sa na obi a hye emergency a wa ne de ama no o gina fuo mu ho what cricket so no what say you will not die. You will not die. Me say wo betena se no wadi ne pa. Wo betena se na wadi ne pa. Ma me ne se wo hye so wo sa na ote se afuo. Enwura bushi nwura ote se kana mayi po eba ne so. Ene odi mirika, ojai ne nneoma ne bibia ho. Ene odi mirika. Emergency a wanyame a rescue no okofie e no be join program no within 3 days ne diabetes panie na wo no wajai pre ayi na koma na ye ne ya na ye koy no operation no omukoye asu doctor ne say why ne diagnose you say who hole in heart why ne catch we say emergency our God is not there man bi e wo Italy metai eka na asempa because the testimony no too much abra wo ni kuro mu ho no na ne nine ne nine toes no efriwei na ekowei efriwei we ye kuro na ekowei we ye kuro sabi wo ne nine na sabi wo beka se kwata e nine ni nyina ye kuro yenya ye hyehe ye nsa nails ne de ye nim ha wa wonsa emawure ebufamu a ne ya etie mani enan ontimi hye mpaboa enti baby a wo no wagya adwuma ene otifie. It came to a time they need to relocate to United Kingdom. Na wose wone ne yire ne ma ebe kuromi ha o sister se me nkura ni kure di agoro na me nan omo bebo me nan na bibi ya ye me nan na ye me ya for years ya ye me ye de ma ko check doctor say ma me nuro ye refer me ko specialist a nail technician wan wose ye ma no ye ma na duro bia e ma ne mo wure nyina timi ye white na tutu na foforo ofifi enti abra wo mo be UK ha no e no se awurade abra me be UK de boa me wate na me nso me menya aduro wo UK wa aduro abrofo aye ni nuro bi enye na emom no ohwe me program o through me program nti no mo efri baby o mo wo ba ha ba na emergency awade wo hu anu ato atwene enso so ye gidi ni kase ba emergency awa enti wo sedako ohwe program no se da bi onu akoto oil no abo oil ne sompa ye because wo ye gidi ni kase o ye Kristo ni obo oil goods empire gu oil ne so de ye nyeye wo fansuo wo de ye nyeye enti one day o join emergency awa abra wo mo firi o mo kuro mu ho ba ha no na ye winter time awowom enso so no hye sandal eye tawoto ontimi fa ne na ne hye shoe ene odi akoye adwuma enti onye adwuma wotifie abra wo mo be UK ha no ne nan wo de ahye sandal slippers tawoto ene odi ba ha na one day ene wo say abra ye bom paye no ena prophet Greg say ye wo ba ha miracle water enye wo bi na ekoto ama hye ofie hye odem There is no distance in the spirit. Obi amfa nsuo mmro no aka so mo to nsuo. Obi amfa oil mmro no aka so mo ton oil. Show them kone kofa nsuo. Ba nsuo we. Nsuo na wo befa no na prophet kasa gusu a de nsuo ni ye no ebura dwene ntiase so. Ebura dwene ntiase so. Testimonies is there. Bra yisu oba obobedru UK no se rade aden da bia me yere nko anekoba be ma me da dem. Na prophet is obi amfa ni nsuo ensuo ya ye boss mpaye ensuo ye boss mpaye na ye November na bra yisi nsuo yi oboss mpaye wieye prophet boss mpaye na oseme de me na abesisi nsuo yi mu wan ne ka kire wo se rade ni tumi. Why ne kachere wo se urade ni tumi me pa chobra ya wada minimo haw wo se ma amaso amone so abra mo komu buo momra na me urade me mama home enye prophet Greg na ema wa home o eye urade prophet Greg de o ye just an empty barrel urade na ema wa home enti me pa cho ya wada nyame yadoma anopa 10 say ya sasa ye time no emergency awa ye bompa ye eche ene ye wo ba de a ye gina ye now so 4 hours ba say no ye started 10k me 12 ni apon 12 ni apon ba na etra so a na de awrade pewaye enti bra opese wo kwa adwuma wo adwuma mu kura wo betimi bra ye mompa ye bompa ye gidigidi 12 ya chekura 1 because ye nneoma bebre ye hira nsuo so ye communion service ye hira oil so oil no de eye adwu chese emergency awade me kasa me ka ho asem a e wo sada ko me bie phone lines tum na me kasa emergency awafo wa testify bra enti se no wo be kasa wo twen na wa ba 12 wo be ba na ya pon obeba no ni apon ye ba enipa tu kura na gina so a gidi ye wie enti bra medamase YouTube for me invite mu nyina obi amra Isabella I personally have invited you what bra posh motivation posh me invite gifty addy gifty come me invite Thursday me pa ocho YouTube for no de mu nyina mo mebie Facebook mo de mo ba emergency a we mo san cross Facebook no asan ko back to YouTube why nyame nhira mo
ma fa ma lawyer bia ma fa mia ne de me ye ma de nyame adom ye saka bibia ye ntua kobo ama abrash campaign lawyer bia de ye ntua ske bia ma lawyer bia na information bia any guidelines bia so bia be contact no na se lawyers ni bi no on use ke bia enti madanse no eye mienu 1 true immigration and legal matters no na me adom we follow instruction ni on program no and no na me dey application from continent I sake bibia me ne me yire ne me ba di ba krumu aso settlement ma fa ma lawyer bia ma fa mia ne de me ye ma dia nyame adom ye sake bibia ye ntua kobo ama abrash campaign lawyer bia de ye ntua ske bia ma lawyer bia na information bia any guidelines bia so bia be contact no na se lawyers ni bi no om ka kire inti ni program oye se wo ye sebi obi a onum akenkan kono akusuku akra wa otimi ye onoma na obi bia ejani nko ade a otimi ye onoma kra eden unfa nkoma lawyer bi ebi no mutua ebi timi tua 15,000 ye echi ne a breast campaign program so me follow ye ni mabusua ye saka ebi bia mentua kobu tenuanom Ghana for especially program no yeso kan utwi ti yen or ya aboa yen Ghana for nti Ghana for Moma yem pushy abna campaign programming. Na enko anim na beboa ya nkasa because me ya fe na mawu se nyame na yi na ma yen Ghana for enti mummy yen pushy yen subscribe to the channel yen share or your program a live program yen share yen kanche yen nuanom yen nafofo nom no mun so mmetas no mun tie bi na nye sika bi na onje sika bi enfi obi nchen uhia moa even po document book uni na kadia onwa timi de fight ahwehwe bi ma obi bia ekoyi ma etinye ntro bi na migina ha metwa ene nye sika bi oblessing pay no bi nim no phone so ana keke na mahunu Facebook ni minim no but through program ti na me adom ne me yere mba e fi continent aba bedu ama mia matnasi mi computer ni aye settlement bibia ma yesake bibia di obium eye emergency hour ni kunu prophet Greg mi kwana minim se ni kunu ye prophet nyame wo sra kwa won so sa minim se ni kunu kwa yo so fo eti me sha bu atezi bu no sa ye emergency hour sister nyo no ye immigration and legal matters in fi o sa ye o ye so fo ma mi ana se den eti echi na mu o la zo ko so ni kunu prophet Greg so o ye yi na mi follow program ni kakra mi hwe na muso no ni kuni osofo yi nyame sa won so nyame de ni ye adwuma mu de ni ye adwuma wo UK mamu Ghana for ensesi ye jeje ne mu kra ensesi ye jeje prophet Greek mu kra ani saying me what continent no over a year ni na me nine me hai me kokromoti me nine kokromoti we kase no we wo ha na ha na hono hai ahono ifia na ba ha untimi hyesu wo hyesu a na ye oya ti ade so ko adwuma wo go adwuma na ja wa hye safety shoe yi ugina ho a na otogusu na ade ye adwuma untimi nya yi ibu a mitimi ji leave be 2 weeks na fi say me doctor be ma me ndo aye ya se be ko zo bu alala ube ya still sereti anetie me doctor de ma ko specialist ho omo mo hwe nails ni o ma ya wo almost be kwam zo ja mo re ni mfu me ntwa me nye si so still na o wa if you are na samba me na e we kwa de eche ya sa ba me na ni fai no de me ba ha UK he na de sat but come a walk continent no na me nine be nkumi we kukumoti he ha hono na afia na ba na me se bore mi amintu de se o da wa na jo ni tutu ni yi na me bompa ya me de anointing oil ko mi angasa mi Kristo ni am di nyamedi indro ya me doctor edi man me continent we na me use the so lalai sen kenya me na ya me nim se ne wo special duro kra eno no etimi fa mo remu e ko ho na mu kosa yare e wo abroche na ka menim anybody dey that securities no a small bottle liquid aí o dugu mo re ni so a to ma ko re cry white bo na itutu do man ye white na se e samu yare so wa me to se ndo nyina still na morei enti nti na me twentwen so se guy den me ba de da crunch me twentwen so ha se den me hu beto me na den ka ma ba UK ya me ye ati ju ya hu bo so ma be break ya o ma be close na be se na ti bi asa me ba ya me ya adoma abeto aso ha tini bai me dindro se se ndro fi continent bebre e de bai be use ya ma ni nyina sai still me nine ho ti by last 2 months 3 months no wa mo say me nine right is on so start na why is a mun kura mo say Hey, cry one. Aha, Kukumuti hey. Ehwania, Oshaya. Oh, so one more, how to say, Ubi as a web pra. Aye, ni plan of a one and was you na ye, na, away. Tea, I may bonfire. Me ye one country, so still. Na senetia netie yes kwa na eden asa aka no ho biom ebu ha obayi na di sisi nsum na de dro ye na ye ya se kwa o mai me man kolai ebu ha we gidigidi onu dia ba kwa sa betiem ne mu kra na asem na ye west tese amane de me hu bi papa na nyamin cha de emergency hour me wo konti na me follow ba na me follow ntuma ba me ba ha no ena e kan say e kan say me ba ha no ena de na me follow yenti edu ba bi na mu say oye akwankyere bi say yemfa nsuo we bi bottles we bi ubia mfa 3 na uyo obi hiraso na yefa shu ebo midnight anadwoa ubie shu a na bi wabɔ mpa ya guso di bia wohoro wanim wanum kakra na di bia egu nanso na obe bia yo ya di bia fa no abɔ mpa ye yenye ne saa 3 days nyame be hye ne ho anu nyam problem bi obi a obi a be enti eya yi na me kwa me catch wife no you nso ebi wa koto fi friends ayi Costco yenyi 3 bottle na fa hye ye wadu na eja eya yenya kwankyere ni hwede nyame be enti ekwa de ye me ye ne se general ayi sha se o kristoni a oji Yakobon di ye ne sha ti ye after 3 days ni ayi a bottle ni na sa fi me hwa me na ya pensi bebi ahye nso nyina dodo ohwe tese fe mi ame na ya otim se onti ya onti wo da na adwo awada am se isa jeremy be ni ena ya na me hwa se bia be sa ta mi na me na sisi nso mu wado ho odigu nso mu a odi na sisi mu a na anu bia na den bi jai sa wo ni nyina nam so ye hwe de nyame tumi eye ti abanse the following week no sign the same akwankyere bio so yen fa nsu na biom na den yen sign nam sign ye if you na say still na den kwa na ekofom ka say menti ayi be biom na kwa me ka che mo say osofo yi abransi pe ni kuni Prophet Drake nyame ensa wo so pa because akwankyera odima yen me di issue a me ye no nyame adom me na no eko me hu bibia biom me tipes bibia biom left and right to if I say division shoe sekambu bibia me tipes bia enka fresh na nka we ye ba if continent ba Stansted we na namhye na kankwa ne nsu to mo mukuru wa so muni samata nkwa ne nsu to bia hye kambu we na namhye because wo hye kambu asata ma ha nyina den ahoho aye ya de say ma ho me cry de eti na ja breblem de ba e bedu ye na namhye e ba ha nyina wo yi start August or September October mo nyina wo ya ma fo hye kambu na sanasi na namhye na mo de nam nyame adom eye akwankyere ewiye me kan se Yakobon nunyam me nan yare ahwem eko enam Prophet Greg ni Nyankopon a osom no ni ndia Nyankopon de ne ye wo krom ha sister branch campaign ni krom Prophet Greg akwankyera nyame de fa ne so a oka kire de ma se yenye no eno na agye me kwan ewo Yesu din eno na age me nkwan ya almost be 3 months nie bi hu bibia biom ti na me twan se ana ya gro ana se den se bia na na ebe samba ana se 3 months nie ye say me shu ye bibia mintimi enhu biom enya hwe enam so no ese me dia dance kese ese nyakopa ndunyam na ma especially yen Ghana fo e wo UK ha se Ghana wan ifo prophet de kanyakopa de na ba ye nyame aduma bia bonzo Facebook no we oni ne yere no mo bonpae no mo ye wo gase o didi no mo tetem no nyankopon sa enwosra wo mo so papa ti Ghana fo e wiaseman me de adanse eba se ebe si nyankopon anuonyam na obi biara o krumu abe biara bu so mo ye program normal on Thursdays Prophet Great o time ahwebi only time kra na de adumanti we ogba bra Facebook bebo obehu repeat old you know the bebo ne follow kaka na ye na enwosa ewo papa ne so pa enwosa wo Prophet Great so pa na me di ne ye aduma eti me de madanse be ewe is a breast pain to the American say ukun so mu ye pa because so o ti fa kwa o ti wa dia so se e bia wo hu se ngusre bi sha wo ukun so but ye wa bonten no ye hu se no ngusre wo ukun so no bron ti ase so enti min kasa ma mi kasa no enye tintin bebre the meka nyina say nyame enhira wo Prophet Great oni oyere sister bena say nam ngusra nyame idi amount me nan ikokro muti menu e say mademe ho menti ya oni bium ba bibie ni wa ehunu bium mutimi hyesu ekoba nti nyame tumi enkoso nya kese wo so ono oyere na Ghana for yen support on program no omo ya yen share yen support maye mbuo mabofia se bibi no pe we a me ke nyina dan se mi no ma ke nyina yi mi ntu asike bia ma obi aye onye ayi akwanjo ye wanga se nsu no o ton ama obi a no wa wu fie nsu fa nsu no wu hia so na de fire wa kwankyere mi ntu asike bia ma obi aye me ni nshi ada me ni obi ada midi mo bia but eno musu ntino ne yiri program ne ni kru program tino mi ankasa am gira he madame ho
praise the Lord o
madame ho e wo Yesu
praise the Lord me pa cho me yo be kunani na me wo cancer ayeme akoma yade diabetes na ya na mitie wo yire mitie no na men kwa no menni ni se wonyame dome men kwa me se menyankopon ni ho na menni ni se nyankopon so dome na me de ye peace ahyamasum eya na oyire ka akwantuo mu nsensem ti ana mitietie bia fi se me ma wo ho mo ko ye nche ne nsem bebre enti dako me wira hu me ho eka nsem bebre sofo na debia me wo insoli na makoma doctor so say obeye me operation nti media minim se mosa ye prayers bi kura wo moyi ne so nti ade ne shamasoma no wo ka akwantuo mu nsem ne ensem bebre na lawyer bi so also the lawyer PK nti wo keka kakra na yɛse jesi yɛkɔhwɛ sɔfo yɛkɔyɛ yɛse akomaya de bi ani hɔ yɛse ebeye mu operation na hwan na ka se ebeye mu operation am se doctor wona ade krata ne maame a mekɔ ayi a yɛse makoma no ho baabi a yɛyi nti yɛbeye mu operation no se de bi san kɔyɛ test mekɔyɛ a yɛse akoma ne nya hwee sɔfo Mompai boy na ama mahunu se mi nyankopɔn te ase. Yasan kwa test diabetes no nso no a yesi mi nya pane ne wo sofo. Na se nyankopɔn wo hɔ na wama mabre seyie. Sofo. Fe de kakran na me made brem sika ne da me hu. Ma nya operation. Insulin no nso a me wo no nso a yesi mi nyai esa mi sugar no beti akofom dodo sofo ade emesra ne se sisa se ye kan ntoma mu niam sesen rade be ma me ye nya bi na ba ko mpo de one Jamaica ni bi awo na ba ko aka sofo no ni adwendwene no a metisi ye se wo mo ba ka me ko fedro ya no me awuyo na sofo ene di na anu fiada ne ya wada de mahu se nyankopon ka me hu sofo e ka se firi kumase na masem biso also di lawyer PK enti wokeka na shama suma na mitietia ena afa eduro se fedie ni wua fanyina
yes and it's so fast e kwabei ena wo be fa so a wo be use tap sika money and one say wo be fa wo smartphone na wa download tap sika money e wo phone so and one say wo ko eni gisem kese ne say baby a wo bia wo timi use tap e de send sika ekwo wo my Ghana mu e wo abra wontua hwe commission free empo abra meti hey metimi use tap e de send sika e wo abra mimpia bonten na mom kai se wo be use promo code e wo screen so na wo dia send sika na ma busua enya £5 extra €5 extra enka wo musika wo de be kone ho no enti use promo code no wo screen so tap yes say Paul Mantem was saying Eddie Canfo tap abba amaye Ghana for hey abusia meeting at the abundance campaign medisika emane mebusia eni adofo ewo my Ghana mu edefa tap sikamanie eso ediebentia so easy reliable affordable convenience and it's so fast ekwabe ena wo befa so a obe use tap sikamanie and one say ubefa wo smartphone na wa download tap sikamanie wo phone so and one say wo ko eni gisem kese ne say baby a wo bia wo timi use tap e de send sika ekwo wo my Ghana mu wo abra wontua hwe commission free empo abra meti hey metimi use tap e de send sika wo abra mimpia bonten na mom kai se wo be use promo code e wo screen so na wo dia send sika na ma busua enya £5 extra €5 extra enka wo musika wo de be kone ho no enti use promo code no wo screen so tap yes say Paul Mantem was saying Eddie Canfo tap abba amaye Ghana for abusia meeting at the abundance campaign. Medisika Emma name busia any atofo. Ewo my ganemu e de fa eye tap sikamanie. Eso ediebentia eye so easy, reliable, affordable, convenience, and is so fast. E kwabe and a wobe fasua. Obe you so tap sikamanie. And one say Ubefa was smartphone. Now I download a tap sikamanie. Ewa phone so. And one is a woko. And need just some kasi and say, baby, I will be a would me use a tap. Edison Disica. Echo my ganemu. Ewa bra won't ya she commission free. Empo abra miti hey. Miti me use a tap. Edison Disica. Ewa abra mimpia bonte. Nemo mukai. Sawo be use a promo code. Ah, it was screen so. Now what ya send Disica. Nema busia. Enya £5 extra. €5 extra. And kawo musika. What did be call me hono? And to use promo code no. E was screen so. Tap. Yes, say. Paul Lamantem was saying Eddie Campo. Tap. Abba. Amaye. Ghana for. Hey, Abusia. Meeting at the abundance campaign. Medisika Emma name busia any atofo. Ewo my ganemu e de fa eye tap sikamanie. Eso ediebentia eye so easy, reliable, affordable, convenience, and is so fast. E kwabe and a wobe fasua. Obe you so tap sikamanie. And one say Ubefa was smartphone. Now I download a tap sikamanie. Ewa phone so. And one is a woko. And need just some kasi and say, baby, I will be a would me use a tap. Edison Disica. Echo my ganemu. Ewa bra won't ya she commission free. Empo abra miti hey. Miti me use a tap. Edison Disica. Ewa abra mimpia bonte. Nemo mukai. Sawo be use a promo code. Ah, it was screen so. Now what ya send Disica. Nema busia. Enya £5 extra. €5 extra. And kawo musika. What did be call me hono? And to use promo code no. E was screen so. Tap. Yes, say. Paul Lamantem was